season on Survivor Maryland, winner take all. We started with 12 new players and 8 returning players, faced with a semester-long game that tested their physical, social, and strategic abilities.
Let's say Alex Rodriguez started playing in the minor leagues, right?
Yeah.
That's like Katie on playing with us.
Bullying?
I didn't say bullying, I said controlling.
Oh, okay. Controlling?
I'll make my plea. I think everyone's game in this room is a lot safer with me and Michaela in the room than with JS in the room. Great. Wonderful. Good to know.
I swear I'm gonna beat your ass the next moment I get it. I swear to God. You can't hit me.
And this one says, congratulations, you have just found a suicide bomb.
Fuck yeah, bitches! And while you're fucking leaving, give me this camera.
Oh shit. Are you careful in your pocket?
Happy birthday, biatch!
Don't worry about me and my stuff. I'm still sitting here. I'm gonna still be sitting here next time. But where you gonna be at? Where are you gonna be at?
I got this on, so I'll still be here next tribal too.
Now, after 79 days, only 5 remain to play for the title of Sole Survivor. Eric is a returner who got voted out early his first time playing, and he came back for 2 reasons: to win and to get revenge. Starting out this game, he fell into the bottom after losing all of his allies one by one, forcing him to mutiny away to the other tribe. During the merge, he and Katie formed their Asian alliance, and he began to slowly build his power, until Eric was finally ready to take his revenge. Eric engineered the vote against Michaela, and then tricked all the former members of his old tribe Majesta, just as they had done to him so many rounds prior. Finally, Eric got rid of his nemesis turned unlikely ally, Doug. Now Eric is at the final vibe with a majority alliance, a strong resume, and a huge target on his back thanks to his manipulation of JS. Can Eric find a way to make it to the end, or will he fall short of his goals a second time?
It feels so good to do something right, because I have made a lot of mistakes in this game. Last time I played, I didn't even make the merge. I am the player who started in the minority and stayed in the minority for the majority of the game. And by making all these connections and alliances, I've been able to bring myself to the end.
Katie is the only returning winner, hoping to prove that her first win was not a fluke. She started the game with the biggest target imaginable, with Meisner pitching to her tribe to get her out on day 1. But Katie built tight alliances with all returners on her tribe, as well as Andrew, Tony, Michaela, and Jess, which she utilized to protect her allies and advance her game. Katie's information and bonds led to her never being blindsided by a vote, and kept her from receiving a single vote until Final 7. But to truly cement her desire of proving her abilities, she has taken out her close allies of Andrew, Tony, and Doug, since they all plan to take her out at some point, and she wanted to be the one to do it first. Will Katie's stranglehold information-wise give her the upper hand in masterminding a second win? Or will this betrayal come right back to her?
Season 4 was honestly just a trial run. Like, now that I'm here, I feel like I'm actually playing this game, and I feel like I'm more proud because I've obviously had a way bigger target than I did the first time around, and so I had to really rely on my social game to get me far. At the end of the day, like, I'm not going to give up my throne just to let somebody else win. I don't care if you're my best friend, but I'm not letting you drag me just to cut me at Final 4.
JS started this game with a big mouth and big ambitions. Work with newbies and take out returners. After helping create McQuad, he systematically eliminated the returners on his side, and drove a wedge on Sababa until he finally got what he wanted at the Mutiny. Newbies versus returners. At the merge, JS's antics caught up with him as allies began to betray him and lie to him, causing JS to flip 2 of the returners and take out his old allies in McQuad. His flip-flop gameplay kept him in power, until his past came back to haunt him and Eric fooled JS, just as JS did long ago to Eric, and left JS with nearly no power and no allies. Stuck on a revenge tour, JS has been left out of the past 2 votes and only survived with immunity. Now so close to the end, can JS manipulate his way, or will this explosive player burn out?
I'm gonna win the game if I go to the final 3. You know, I'm the one who, was always changing the elements of the game. I'm the one who,
really formulated the veterans versus newbies, and then when it was beneficial for me, I ended it, and I got really, really far that way. You know, this game, it's all about winner taking off. I was the one making the move. I was the one taking it off for myself so that I could be the winner.
Morgan has played a quieter, under-the-radar returner game. Quickly forming alliances with the returners and girls on Zababa, Morgan's gameplay style protected her from ever being targeted. And at the merge, when her fate seemed sealed, her bond with Katie ensured Dylan's idol was used to protect her. Since that vote, Morgan has remained consistent in her approach and loyal to her allies, which net her an alliance with Michaela, the legacy advantage when Michaela was eliminated, and the ability to take out an old enemy, Doug. Now at the final 5, Morgan's game remains the same as always, to take out the newbies, be sassy, and refuse to kowtow to the whims of a whiner. Will Morgan's relaxed playstyle lead her to an early retirement, or will a quieter social game and lack of ill will or betrayal give her the win?
After the merge, with our numbers, I was fully expecting to have been voted out by now. Because my game has been very quiet. I'm focused on graduating. Like, this is just, like, people want to talk, and I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to do this problem set. Try to make some cold brew coffee. Try to go to the gym.
Sam was pegged as an early out by nearly everyone because of her quiet and non-traditional style of gameplay. Despite her aversion for strategizing and manipulation, Sam was brought into an alliance, the Creepy Crawlers, and a Final 2 with JS, which protected her the entire pre-merge. At the merge, Sam continued to play her own game, despite other players' protests. And through it all, no matter if she was in the majority or minority, she has survived tribal after tribal after tribal without idols, immunities, or allies. Now at the Final 5, Sam could be seen as a GOAT, but in a game with so much chaos, Sam's no-nonsense attitude and approach to the game might just be what this jury respects. Will Sam's unwavering focus on playing her own way pave the new meta for winning Survivor? Or will she fade into the background just like her edit?
A lot of me not going home is based on the relationship that I have with other players and the trust that I now have to put into other players, whereas before if I didn't 100% trust them, it was fine, but it might be like detrimental to me to not 100% trust them now. It all really depends on the relationships that I can create throughout the remainder of this game and really strengthen and put trust into different people.
2 more votes, a final 3, 1 sole survivor. This is Survivor Maryland. Winner take all, the finale.
Just impressed that, I don't know, he wouldn't play for Sam. If he really wanted
I thought you were going home.
because he really thought, like, if he
I
wanted
thought
to
you were
guarantee
going
it was
home.
me, then he would've
I
played
thought
for
you were
me.
going home.
It was meant to be, like, he was meant to go at 6 the first time he played, and he didn't. So, like, I'm just a big believer in fate. And there's 4 returners, only 3 final 3 spots, so one of us had to go. And doing it now just kind of prevented any possible, like, conundrum if we all made it to 4.
We got
Holy
his
shit.
ego, and then he's really
It's
stuck
okay,
right
his
now.
pride is
Sam
hurt.
doesn't really care. I'm just chilling. That's what's
I'm
happening.
chilling too, like I'm minding
Situation
my
on
damn
feet.
business.
I mean, Doug stopped being my arch nemesis a while ago, but him being gone definitely helps out for the future. The best part of him being gone is just that it basically, I think I'm the next biggest challenge threat.
I'm going to the bathroom.
I think JS is just really immature right now because we all know that JS has also manipulated other people. but I'm just trying my best to like just ignore it and pretend like it's not affecting me. And hopefully, if I don't give him the response he wants, he'll just stop.
Sorry.
I would have been totally fine with that.
I'm really sorry.
I would have been totally fine.
I know, but I just didn't want shit to backfire.
Listen. I would continue.
That's white.
Huh? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, now
I
you
would've
know.
totally okay.
I'm sorry. I
No,
know, but
listen,
I know,
seriously,
but
it's totally-
what Jance is saying right now. How dare you lie to me? I'm not to be lied to, manipulated, or betrayed by anyone in this game. He's so offended right now. He's like, I can't believe you do this, Katie.
Yeah, he's so mad.
You're next. You're next, Katie. Watch this. You won't be here next time.
He is so
I'm
mad.
coming for you next.
He's so mad.
There are no friends in this game, honestly. You can be friends with people outside this game, but as long as you are still in the game, you need to be willing to like make and drop friends at like the drop of a hat almost. Especially with like Doug and JS, like who's gonna flip, who's gonna vote with you. You never know what anybody else's actions are. So like I said, don't get too attached to any one person.
And you still need me in Final Four.
Yeah.
They will get rid of you this week, or they'll get rid of
Yeah,
me.
no, I agree. I'm so down.
Seriously?
Yeah, no,
Because-
dead ass. I'm literally like.
You and me have a great
sorry
chance of
to
winning
I'm
tonight.
sorry to include you,
It's okay, but you told
like,
me I would have done it. You know, they may push for me, but
Yeah.
they're just still gonna get rid of you at Final
Yeah,
Four.
and
Four.
you have the idol, so you're pretty much fine doing it.
I know, but I will keep you because I don't want to cut it forward.
Okay.
This is my move in this game because it's like, I think I came in with a little too much pride because I don't want people here just cutting me out, a new returner from season 6 coming in or 7 coming in and being like, haha, like, you know, we cut the winner out, because I don't want them getting a leg up over me. Like, I want to show that, like, basically the queen stays queen, like Sandra, you know? And yes, I could look like a dumbass, and I basically, like, betrayed Andrew, Tony, Doug now. Maybe those are 3 lost jury votes, and I still think I played a phenomenal game, and I'm hoping that Doug will appreciate the game enough to still give me the vote.
You have the idol.
No,
I don't understand why you're freaking
But if
out.
I'm saying I'm mad that you lied to me, like I would have been okay with it.
You know, the whole point of my game was to position Tony and Doug in front of me so they'd always go home. So the fact that Doug went home today is not necessarily bad for my game. It's fine. Like, this is a perfectly okay outcome.
You and I are the biggest targets of the game, so if
No,
you
I
don't get
agree.
to Final Four,
I know,
I'll be like really upset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Like,
well, I
I
hope
will
you look
be-
out for me. I mean,
No,
I'll
I
look out
want
for
you to be in
but
Final Four.
I think
Like,
now that
I'm
like
not-
you've shown people you have the idol, no
I
one's
know.
gonna vote you anyway. So you're pretty much
I know.
fine.
I can keep Katie, or I can get rid of Katie. The pros of keeping Katie is it's that one final shield. In the Final Four, if she does not win immunity, she does go home.
Doug lied to me.
I mean, that's something you should be pretty used to by now.
Yeah, I thought it
You've
was
lied
kind
to
of
everyone
obvious
else.
that-
I haven't lied
the
to
majority
anyone.
of the
I
other
haven't lied to anyone. I like this phrase.
No.
Welcome, Final 5. JS, I'm gonna need it back.
Oh, can you propose me?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, immunity, back up for grabs. Today's challenge is called Story Time, and here's how it works. Right here, I have a wonderful story that I'm going to read to you. From this story, there will be 6 questions you must answer. There are 6 different stations scattered around La Plata Beach. You have to find each of these stations and answer the question correctly. Once you have answered the question correctly, you will get a colored domino, which you will bring back to that table. The first person to bring back 6 dominoes of different colors wins immunity, has a 1 in 4 shot at winning this game. If you answer the question incorrectly, you must run all the way back to the table before going back out to answer a question. This is the story of the Maryland Fire of 1912. On November 29th, 1912, the University of Maryland, or as it was called then, the Maryland Agricultural College, was holding their Thanksgiving dance in the barracks. At approximately 10:30 p.m., a fire broke out in the attic of the new administration building. The students at the dance formed a bucket brigade to put out the fire, using water from a lake where McKeldin Library now stands. But they were unsuccessful because of how quickly the fire was spreading thanks to a strong southwest wind. Eventually, the Hyattsville Fire Department arrived and ended the blaze, but not before it had destroyed the administration building, the barracks, all the school records, and most of the academic buildings. The only building that survived was Laurel Hill. The cost of the fire was in the neighborhood of $300,000, which in 2012 money is around $6 million. Insurance only covered about half the cost, $150,000, leading many to assume that UMD would no longer be able to hold the student body. The current president of the school, Richard Sylvester, resigned a few days later citing illness. A professor Thomas A. Spence took over the position until a new president was hired. However, classes continued and all but one student returned to the campus after break. Residents in College Park, Hyattsville, Berwyn, and Riverdale took in students while the board trustees started rebuilding the campus. Within the next 10 years, the school would change dramatically. It no longer became a military and agricultural school, but would now service a variety of other subjects, including agriculture, engineering, arts, chemistry, home economics, education, and even graduate classes. The state took control and renamed it Maryland State College of Agriculture. Women started being admitted, and by 1920, the school was finally renamed the University of Maryland. All right, survivors ready? Go! And we are off. This is a challenge that requires short-term memory and speed.
What caused the fire to become so destructive? A. Lots of dry wood from the wooden buildings. B. Strong southeast wind. C. It was a grease fire and the water only spread it more. D. Strong southwest wind.
It's the last one. Levy, I'm so sorry. I didn't do anything.
No.
JS, back with the first domino.
Bitch, go.
Who was the president of the school during the time of the fire? A. Raymond Pearson. B. Harry Bird. C. Richard Sylvester. Or D. Thomas A. Spence.
C. Richard Sylvester.
Answer is correct.
That was fake, motherfuckers.
JS with 2.
A. Lots of dry wood from the wooden buildings. B. Strong southeast wind. C. It was grease fire and the water only spread it more. D. Strong southwest wind.
D. Strong southwest wind.
Eric with 1. JS with 2.
What was the original name of the University of Maryland in 1912? A. Maryland State College of Agriculture. B. Maryland Agricultural Military College. C. Maryland Agricultural College. D. University of Maryland.
C.
Yes.
Katie with a domino. Eric with a domino. JS with 2 dominoes.
Who was the president of the school during the time of the fire? A. Raymond Pearson. B. Harry Bird. C. Richard Sylvester. Or D. Thomas A. Spence.
C.
Eric with 2. JS with 2. Katie with 1.
What was the original name of the University of Maryland in 1912?
C.
Yes.
I got a thing. God damn it.
Which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially? A. Biology. B. Engineering. C. Education. Or D. Home economics. Engineering. Sorry. Which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially? A. Biology. B. Engineering. C. Education. Or D. Home economics.
D.
Sorry. What's the right answer? Biology. Oh, cool. I learn something new every day. Yeah, exactly.
What was the original name of the University of Maryland in 1912? A. Maryland State College of Agriculture. B. Maryland Agricultural Military College. C. Maryland Agricultural College. D. The University of Maryland.
C.
Yes.
Who was the president of the school during the time of the fire? A. Raymond Pearson. B. Harry Bird. C. Richard Sylvester. Or D. Thomas A. Spence. That answer is correct.
JS empty-handed. But Sam bringing back a domino. No, put it on the table, Sam.
Oh, sorry.
What was the original name of the University of Maryland in 1912?
C.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Eric in the lead with 3.
This challenge was not made for me.
What caused the fire to become so destructive? Lots of dry wood from the wooden buildings. Strong southeast wind. It was a grease fire and the water only spread it more. Strong southwest wind.
Strong southwest wind.
Yep.
Gracias.
What's up?
What's your question?
What caused the fire to become so destructive?
D.
Yep.
Morgan now with 2. Oh, sorry, Morgan with 3. Jess, is this your third? Jess with 3, Morgan with 3, Eric with 3, Sam with 2. Katie is currently in last place. Katie back. Katie with 2.
Which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially? A. Biology. B. Engineering. C. Education. Or D. Home economics.
A.
You are correct.
Thank you.
Good luck.
It is number 4. Eric with 4, JS and Morgan with 3.
Okay, ready? What was the original name of the University of Maryland in 1912?
C.
Yes.
Is this with your 4th domino?
Wrong
JS.
one.
Morgan and JS both with 4. Tied with Eric.
Who was the president of the school during the time of the fire?
Richard Sylvester. Thank you.
What caused the fire to become so destructive? A. Lots of dry wood from the wooden buildings. B. Strong southeast wind. C. It was a grease fire and the water only spread it more. D. Strong southwest wind.
D. Thank you. And I'm really sorry, Doug.
Katie with her 4th. She is currently tied for 1st.
Hi.
Can you give me the choices?
Which of these were not offered at the University of Maryland initially?
A.
You are correct.
Fuck yeah! Thank you.
Yep.
Is this your 5th?
Yes.
Katie with 5, currently in the lead, only needs 1 more.
Where did the fire break out? A. The administration building. B. The barracks. C. Morrill Hall. Or D. The Pelham Library.
Try number 2. Which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially?
D.
You're incorrect.
Okay. I'll ask again. Where did the fire break out? A. The administration building. B. The barracks. C. Morrill Hall. Or D. The Pelham Library. Okay.
Is this your 5th? Nope, empty-handed. JS with 4, Katie with 5. Eric, is this your 5th?
Yes.
Eric with 5, Katie with 5. It is a race to the last one.
No clue.
A. Biology. B. Engineering. C. Education. Or D. Home economics. You're incorrect. Try number 3. Which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially?
Education.
Incorrect.
I got the answers.
Where's that, Jack?
For the 4th time, which of these was not offered at the University of Maryland initially? A. Biology. B. Engineering. C. Education. Or D. Home economics.
A. Biology.
You are correct.
No, I'm looking for her.
What?
I'm trying to find her.
I can't find her, please. Like, I swear, if I win or you win, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
No.
People still suck at 5. Jack. Unwanted at the start of Dizzy Bat.
Yeah. We said final 2.
Katie and Eric both with 5. JS with 4. Morgan with 4. Morgan running now.
Where is she?
Sam, where's Jack? Where is he? I have no idea.
Just at the start of Dizzy Bat.
JS coming back.
Oh, Jackson.
These areas did not offer students housing after the fire. A. Berwyn. B. Greenbelt. C. Riverdale. Or D. Hyattsville.
What was B again?
Greenbelt.
I'll say Greenbelt.
JS wins immunity and is safe to the final 4.
Fuck. Okay, I'm out.
Alright, girl, it's your turn to go home, bitch. I don't think anyone's gonna protect you now. You're fucking going home. Where's your pile?
No, if you touch that.
Oh, you can't hit people. Disqualified from the game.
You can't kick my shit.
I can't kick your shit. You lost.
Well, I can take your
down.
down.
Reroll that footage. I want him out of the show.
Fuck you, dude. I'll punch you.
No, you're okay. Punch me in the face.
Hey.
Dude, hey.
JS,
Oh, wait.
stop.
Yeah.
Come on, that's bad sportsmanship. That's fucked up.
bad sportsmanship.
I know you fucking won, but
All right. JS safe. Going to the final 4.
Are you about to post me? I need Katie to be in the final 4 so I can get to the final 3. Echo, you're leaving this week.
Okay, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, beat the shit out of me.
So we're not going to do that.
But JS has kind of been just this giant fucking asshole to me that I think regardless of what happens, he just kind of needs to go. I think he's already overstayed his welcome, and he's been, quite frankly, he's been annoying to play with the whole game. It hasn't been this bad to anyone so far, or even combined. He's taking every single thing that has ever gone wrong in his life. Not even just in this game. I feel like he's taking everything that's gone wrong in his life on me now. I don't even think winning is my main priority anymore. I think I just want JS to not win.
JS going to the Final Four. Katie, Morgan, Sam, Eric, one of you will be the 9th member of the jury and will be voted out. Other than that, got nothing for you. Have a good night, guys.
I've been saying this entire game that I've been throwing challenges, and you guys have probably been like, yeah, let's see it. Well, I know how to win a freaking competition.
Bubble tea!
I really wanted to win this one. So JS wins, and I'm fucking livid because I had a 5-point lead. You needed 6 dominoes, and I was the first one to get 5 dominoes, and I couldn't find Jack. JS wins immunity. I'm like, this is my worst nightmare. He's the last person that can win this, and him winning this is, you know, proving his potential more and more in this game.
I'm about to get you some bubble tea. Yeah. Oh my god, is there like a bug in my pants now? There's like a bug. Yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I'm gonna go home, take my inhaler, and pass out.
Love it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we can get him at 4.
Yeah.
Do you think JS actually went to the Final 3?
I don't know, do you think this is real? Do you think he really would have given it to me?
That looks nothing like any of the other ones.
I know!
Jess, did you make this shit in art class?
Hey, can we verify this idol together? Because I just...
How do you verify that?
Like, just ask Anders if it's real.
You can do that, I don't care.
You want Egg Roll gone, right?
I do want Egg Roll gone. That's why I gave it to you, because you need to be in the Final 4 with me, so I can use you as a shield basically at Final 4.
So yeah, I have a fake idol, and I gave it to Katie because I think keeping Katie in the game for 1 more week is the most beneficial move for me, but it is also so risky, and I still can't decide. Like, at this moment, I cannot decide what to do this week. I can send basically whoever I want home this week because of this. You don't want to sit next to Sandra Diaz-Twine in the Final 3, do you?
So is it okay if I go verify this week? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like say like I don't believe you, but just why not, right? Because I can. Alright, I'll be back.
Should have got it 6 last
You have
season.
the Taz idol, right?
No,
I know you do.
I don't have it. I promise you, I do not. I thought that was it if that was an actual idol.
I thought you had the Taz idol the whole time.
I do not have the Taz idol.
So who has the Taz idol?
There might be an idol still out there, but who in the world knows at this point? If anyone did have the idol, it'd probably be Morgan, because she was the first one to get that 4th clue.
It's not real.
Who has the Taz
Thanks
idol?
for it though, Jay.
Who has the Taz idol?
I don't know. Do you have it? You're just not actually giving it to me.
Don't tell Echo this is fake. Just
Okay.
And then I go to Anders and I'm like, of course it's not real. I know it's not real. I don't even need to ask because I have the real one. He's just like, yeah, so I think it should be Egg Roll this week. Sam does not need to go home right now. She doesn't need to go home at all. I'm saying right now this is the Final 4 with us, and it would be so easy if we vote Egg Roll out. If I'm not gonna vote Egg Roll, obviously. I'm like, bitch, who invited you?
I want to save you this week. And I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that. The cons of keeping Katie is if she wins the next challenge, she wins the game. And she won the Final 4 challenge last time. So it's just like very, 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 very risky to bring someone like that who's won the game before, has played a really great game. I honestly don't know if I could win against Katie in the Final 3. I think I definitely have arguments, but I don't want to test that out. I just don't want Katie in the Final 3.
It wouldn't be the worst thing sitting next to you, and I'm sure you feel the same way about me, like if you look at the pros and cons, because like, I mean, we had different stories, like
completely different.
You've come from like the newbie side, I've come from the returner side.
Exactly. I just want a chance to be in the Final 3, and you probably just want a chance to be in the Final 3. And it's just like, why make it just so like only one of us can do that, you know? So currently I'm leaning towards keeping Katie. And I told her that I would even be willing to go to the Final 3 with her. Do I have any intention of going to the Final 3 with her if I can choose to? No. But if I tell her, hey, I want to go to the Final 3 with you, I think it'd be like really, really fair. There's a 3% chance, or probably even less, that she'd be willing to keep me into the Final 3. When I look into your eyes, you were like, I do not trust this guy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I have good reason to like have like.
I always wanted one last target in front of me in the game. Okay? Katie, I choose you! Okay?
You don't really have many other options.
I don't! Will it work? No. She's very smart. She didn't bring Alex last time, she's not gonna bring JS.
So I just wanted to see like where your head was at for this vote. I know that you have some discrepancies with Ekbal. You might still want him out.
It's really not that personal.
I was like,
I've been
figured.
messaging him like all day. I'm like, hey, can we just talk? Like, I don't really like have that much against him. I think he kind of screwed all of us over when he got rid of Tony.
So you want to go Ekbal because he's the safer bet. I mean, honestly, he's played an amazing game.
No, he really has.
At this point, I don't really question what JS does because usually, or at least so far, anytime he's said like, hey Sam, I want you to make it to this number, whatever, he usually has a plan. So I guess I gotta just trust JS, which really and frankly is really hard to do in this game, period. But I mean, I guess he has some kind of greater plan.
So I love Katie, and I want her to continue next week. I think I do. I'm not really sure, but I think I do because I want her to go next week. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay.
Because she is like a shield for me, because she has played the best game out of anyone here. And
I would be completely satisfied even if I lost the game and like didn't get votes and it was either you or Katie. But I can't stand the thought of it being Morgan or Ekbal.
Oh, me too.
Like, that makes me sick.
Oh my God, she's gonna win.
I want to keep Katie so badly, but like she's just as much as a threat as she is a good like person to keep.
But if
Another pro of keeping Katie is that it makes Sam happy. Sam, for some reason, loves me and loves Katie. She wants to see Katie in the game. So I don't want to piss off Sam, because Sam could definitely be used next week to vote with me to, you know, create a tie. And if there's a tie, then I have that one more chance to get to the Final 3.
I just want to be in a group of people that want to be in the Final 3 with me also.
Yeah.
And, you know, Katie and I obviously don't want to be in the Final 3 together.
I
But
don't think
I also
Ekbal wants to be there with you very much right now.
Morgan, I want the Final 3 to be you, me, and Sam.
I believe you on that one.
Who do you want to go home this week? Obviously not yourself, so.
I think.
And you know I want you to move forward this week.
Yeah.
Because
I
like,
mean,
you know my true intentions. It is beneficial to get Eggroll on the jury for you, because then
he'll probably
it's
vote for me over
exactly.
you, obviously. I think,
Are you worried about Katie in the Final 4 in terms of winning that final immunity?
Because
I am.
Katie's like not that good at challenges.
But she won it last season.
So I wanted to meet with Morgan and really discuss with her how badly she's gonna need Eggroll to go home this week if she wants any chance to win. Because I think that's my best bet to make sure my goal of Eggroll finally leaving happens. Morgan, she was like really receptive of everything I was saying. I know exactly what to say. Everything is what I'm saying is logical. Like, it is the truth.
And I would prefer Eggroll leave this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because so basically you and
Can
Sam
we just
are
all
voting
vote for fucking Eggroll?
I'm not sure about these girls. I'm not sure about the veterans because they've always been close. And, you know, I've been expecting Eggroll to go home for a while now. And, well, he's still here. So, we will see. And then if Sam goes home this week, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, that would suck. Honestly, that's what they should do. Because I don't think they realize that Sam would ever, like, help me out and tie the vote to keep me. But if they realize that, I am FUCK'd.
At this point, it's literally us. It's literally us against JS and Sam. I just don't want JS to win. Like, I don't even care if you win Final Four. Like, of course, I would be like excited if you won. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be so happy. I just need one of us to win. And if I go with Morgan instead of you, like, it's literally just me against JS then. Because I know Morgan's not gonna win. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally just you or me. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think this is the end for me. Like, it's been a good run. Like, I'm like ready. Like, I think, you know, I don't even want to play anymore. I don't want to win. Like, there's no point. And I'm like, no, don't say that, Eggroll. Like, you can't give up on me. Because I trust you, and I know that if you won Final Four, that you would tie the votes for me. And I would do the same for you.
I just think that JS does have the idol, and I think he's gonna play it on Sam, and then he's gonna get a chance this time. So I don't think there's any way we can win this vote. He's just been a shitty person overall.
No, he has. Well, we don't know JS has the idol.
There's not really much strategy we can do except convince people to convince Morgan to vote Sam, and pray JS doesn't have the idol.
And he's like, I'm 99% sure JS has the idol, and he's gonna play it on Sam, so I'm definitely going home. He was like, it's just gonna be me. All I can say is like, good luck, Katie. Like, I'll vouch for you hard, but JS just can't win this game. Like, you gotta try hard. And I'm just like, shit, do I tell him or not? Because I already tricked him into thinking Doug had the idol, and now he thinks JS has the idol, and like, I just like, I don't know, that's like when my heart just like kind of sank, because no, Eggroll, don't do this to me, please. Like, you're my closest ally in this game and I can't lose you. Like, I voted Tony out so I could work with you. Eggroll, I feel like our friendship runs deeper than this game. Like, it really does to me. And I feel like I've thrown away, like, I potentially threw away my friendship with Doug and Tony. Like, and like, I obviously wouldn't do that to you. But I don't think all hope is lost, so let's not be like down about this. Like, I feel like so far I've been playing this game where like I haven't, you know, played with my emotion, because I know when you play with your emotion, you get shot in the foot, and that's how you get yourself voted out of this game. But you know, I feel like Eggroll has really stuck his neck out for me a lot in this game. I don't want to play this game with my heart, but at the same time, like, I care about our friendship, and I think it runs way deeper than this game does, and I want to prove that to you. You told me your actions would prove your loyalty to me in this game, and I want to do the same for you. And I was like, you know what? Whoever wins this game, you or me, we're still buying each other Iron Age. We're going to get Korean barbecue and have a good time. You would still tie vote for me, right? Like,
at this point, now JS. Like,
okay, well, can I tell you something?
Have it.
I have that. And I will use it on you, Eggroll. I told you our friendship runs deeper than this, and I know it's risky for me to give it to you. I told you, this is the only way I'm going to get to the end. And I think JS is terrified I have the idol, so he's not going to vote for me. Like, you've proven your loyalty to me. Like, you've used your friend idol. Like, you've shown me through so many ways that you, like, care about me as a friend outside of this game. Like, whenever I'm stressed about exams or just, like, whatever else. And, like, I don't know, you've never given me any reason not to trust you.
Eric, I have the idol. And then when she said that, I was just really happy, because it means that there's a chance for this week, and that also means that JS, there's no way in hell that JS, when he, in the Final Four of me, Morgan, and Katie, there's no way he'll make Final 3 unless he wins immunity. I don't need to vote out Katie to win this game. I just need to vote out JS, and thanks.
But okay, so first I have something to tell you.
Do you have it?
I have the idol.
Wait, where was it? Was it really 6 inches deep?
Well, I don't know about 6 inches deep, but it was like, I don't know, kind of deep.
When did you find it?
I found it the next day. I know.
She pulled a
I'm sorry I was being schemy. I'm sorry.
You found your first thing.
I know, I'm finally like fucking relevant.
Why would I do what JS wants? And like, voting Katie now kind of guarantees JS Final 3. Everything this round is just me thinking before. Like, I just really don't trust anything JS says. Like, I said it weeks ago. JS could not convince me that the sky is blue. Like, he's JS. Like, I don't know why he thinks anyone at this point like would fall for any of his schemes.
All right, and now please welcome the members of the jury. Andrew, Dylan, Fish, and Doug voted out at the last tribal council.
Oh my god.
So yes, you have immunity. You are safe. You're going to the Final Four. How do you feel?
I'm really happy because I think every single person's name has been thrown out today. And if I wasn't safe, I definitely think my name would be on the chopping block. And, you know, if it wasn't for the people in the game getting rid of, you know, Doug, I don't think I would have won it. Because I think, you know, Doug's a comp beast and he could have easily won that one. Serves Doug right because he voted for Sam last time. He told me for Eggroll. So he gets what he deserves. It was really Eggroll's move. You know, Eggroll was on the chopping block and he knew that, you know, one name that, you know, has been salivating on the end of everyone's tongue all season long has been Doug's. The only thing he's ever wanted in this game, he told me since week 1, is to get rid of Doug, his like arch nemesis from last season. So, you know, Eggroll got his way. He made a great game move. He can add that to his resume, and he's doing great things in this game towards the end. And, you know, he can go ahead and just win this game.
Okay, Katie, you know, after JS won the last challenge, there was a little bit of a aggression. Can you explain to the jury or explain to us sort of what happened?
So basically what happened is I walk over and I see JS just leaning his face out to Eggroll saying, punch me in the face, do it, just punch me, do it. Basically, JS kicked Eggroll's dominoes off the table as soon as JS won immunity. Then Eggroll smacks JS in the back and says, "You can't do that." And then JS kind of tries to provoke Eggroll into punching him in the face. And then Eggroll said, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you."
So Eric, clearly an emotional event. I want to just hear, like, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm not proud of what I did, but I do feel like I wasn't in the wrong, because when someone is cussing at you for hours and hours on end, it does get to you. And definitely I feel like fighting words were used, so I felt like JS has not only been rude to me, but a lot of people throughout the game. And so far, he basically suffered no repercussions. So I was pissed off, and if I could go back, I wouldn't hit him. But yeah, I'm still kind of angry right now.
So, you know, I've definitely gone off on a good amount of people in this game. You know, Eggroll has definitely gotten the worst blunt of that. And I just want to address that every single word that comes out of my mouth is strictly strategical. I don't believe strategical. This is a reality show on a campus. There are no rules on reality shows. I live in the realm of reality shows. I watch all the time. Huge fights break out on, you know, Survivor and Big Brother. And I know that, you know, fights can, you know, be beneficial to your game if you do it the right way. So I was just, you know, creating, you know, animosity and fights in order to benefit my game.
I just think that it's a little bit different. Reality TV is reality TV, and you're put with 10 strangers who you'll probably never see again in your life. UMD Survivor is a little bit different, and it's really interesting because even the people who you don't end up making like friendships or making close ties to, you're going to be seeing them around. I feel like maybe it's not the place to go all full out and say, hey, this is just a game, so then I can just be a giant dick. Personally, I don't think JS deserves to be in Final Tribal Council by just the way he acts. So,
but hitting does.
If you vote me out, then JS will have Sam's vote for Final Four, and if the other returners doesn't win immunity, then JS has at least a chance for a tiebreaker. And I don't know if you guys want to risk that, because at this point, I think you guys all know that I won't take JS to Final 3 regardless of the situation. I think keeping me in the game will give JS a lesser chance of getting to Final Tribal Council.
And if you send Eggroll to jury now, because next week I won't send him to jury because I know he's not going to vote for me, but if you send him to jury this week, you know it's going to be a vote for you if you get to Final Tribal Council. So it's beneficial to send him to the jury even though you've been working with him. He also has an extremely impressive resume the past 2 weeks that he survived. That's something to, you know, be scared about if I was Kadian or if I was Morgan.
Can I just comment?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, every tribal, I love how like bettering JS, getting one over JS is apparently like the pinnacle of this game. So basically, like, but the three of us got the better of you last time. So like, shouldn't we all like get a point there?
No,
Can I have my point, please?
Because Eggroll was the one that got the votes and he was in the chopping block, so he's the one who gets the point. If Eggroll, Morgan, and Katie are Final Tribal, I will vote for Eggroll to win. I'm gonna vote for Eggroll to win despite everything that he's done, because I think he has outplayed the game even, you know, more than Kadian, who's won before. And I want the jury to know that, you know.
All right, it is time to vote.
Hello, Final Five. Hey. I'm still amazed that I'm still standing here when I could have been the first vote home. And what I'm about to do tonight is kind of crazy, but hopefully I don't get blindsided.
It's like, fuck JS. JS cannot win. He's not my fave, so.
It was a very hard decision to make.
What I say is not personal. It's all game. I'm trying to purposely spoil your jury vote so I can get all the others. Peace out, dude.
If you have a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the last time to do so.
Well, I'm playing this one. This is for me.
All right. If this is a hidden immunity idol, all votes cast against Katie will not count. This is not a hidden immunity idol.
We'll
All
have
votes.
one more.
Okay.
Wow. So I trust, oh shit. So I trust the people left in this game, and so I'm gonna play this one for egg roll because I don't stand for bullying, strategic or not.
If this is a hidden immunity idol, all votes cast against Eric will not count. This is a hidden immunity idol. All votes cast against Eric will not count. All right. Once the votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote. Eric does not count. Second vote. Eric does not count. Third vote. Sam. That is one vote, Sam. 2 votes left. 16th person voted out of Survivor Maryland, winner take all, and the 9th member of our jury. Sam. That is 2. That is enough for tonight. Sam, the tribe has spoken. You may go.
Well, I was right.
Down there.
Yeah. Okay.
Never thought I'd see that happen in this game.
Neither did I.
We are down to the final 4. I hope you guys are ready for your final immunity challenge. There's one last chance for you to make a move to make sure that you are the winner that takes it all in the end.
I'm honestly a little more hurt than I anticipated. The vote was 2-3 and JS had immunity, so I saw myself going home. I'm pretty heartbroken. I feel like I played a very strong, not a very strong game, but a strong game, despite if it was a quiet game. And I would have really loved to win Survivor, but you know what? Good for them. Most of them are seniors. This is their last semester, and you know I always have the chance to play again. Survivor definitely was one of the most interesting things I've gotten into since being here on campus. There's no club or like activity here on campus that will ever give me the same feeling Survivor gave me, and it was exciting and it was new and it was very stressful, but you know in the end it's all worth it to totally play this game. Overall, I'm pretty proud of myself for making it this far, particularly because even though people think JS carried me, I made my own decisions and I really tried to play this game to the best of my ability.
True. No one played Idol for themselves. Like the friendship one, and then Dylan played his on me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The 3 of us voted Sam out actually, and I still played my idol on egg roll, which I'm actually really proud of myself for doing because I told him I would and I didn't go back on my word. Like I've already won this game before. Even if I do get blindsided, like I would still be, you know, somewhat happy for egg roll if he like won.
Thank you guys.
Before, I thought the only way I could win is if I didn't take Katie to Final 3. But fuck JS so hard. I am going to take him out, and then I'm going to go to Final 3 with me, Morgan, and Katie, and I'm going to beat both of them. Either if me, Katie, or Morgan wins immunity, then JS gets to go, and then I get to accomplish yet another objective I have.
Went home for 3 weeks and didn't tell me she was gonna go home for 3 weeks, and left all of her like fresh produce in the drawer in the fridge.
Oh
I
my,
thought
that's
I almost like jumped out the window instead of cleaning it.
I like the village idiots! I wasn't expecting Katie to play on egg roll. I think that's pretty bold of her. But a good game move. It made you look like a hero, so good for you. Another beautiful target on your back though, girl. Obviously, I'm extremely upset, extremely angered, extremely frustrated that Sam went home. I am not winning this game unless if I win the final challenge. Like, there's 0% chance, big fat 0, that these 3 will separate.
But woo! Final 4, bitches!
Yeah.
JS about to get his ass booted. Let's not let him get between us, guys. He never has, he never will.
It just came down to the choice where like it'd be really funny if it was the 3 of us, like myself, Katie, and Eric in Final 3 instead of, you know, Sam plus 2 others. We voted out Sam, then we'll vote out JS, and then it'll be 3 returners, and it'll be great, just like an all returners game, and we'll have all the laughs.
Hey, Final Four, bitches.
JS is so mad.
I know, he was
Flash
pissed.
shook.
He whispered to me during tribal, he was like, Eggroll is such an eloquent speaker. If he makes it to the end, he's definitely gonna win. He's gonna win.
Final
And he was
attempts.
like- and I was like, okay.
This upcoming challenge, I'm hoping to make a 2-time streak and win my F4 challenge. Because obviously I'm not a challenge god, but hopefully at F4 the gods are in my favor and I win. JS can absolutely not win.
I think JS has pissed off people, but I think he has like kind of proven himself this game through winning challenges and manipulating people and stuff like that.
I think JS, the my whole thing was he has done cool stuff, but the way he talks is so off-putting. I'm the best. That would just make me not want to vote for him.
Exactly.
I'm
probably earlier than
that.
Welcome, Final Four. You face a lot of trials, a lot of challenges. You've only got one more that separates you from the end of this game, from pleading your case to the jury and winning the title of Soul Survivor. Today's challenge is called Memory Lane, and here's how it works. There are 8 different parts of this challenge, using parts from past challenges. We will start this challenge with you guys snaking from one set of cones to the second. From there, you will have to eat a plate of delicious crickets.
Yay!
Followed by blowing up 2 balloons, tying them, and popping them. Do 15 spins on the Dizzy Bat. Once you get to the 4th set of cones, you will have to pick up a disc and put a ball on it. You must travel with that disc and ball from the cones to this table. You will then stack the 4 blocks up. After you have transported all the blocks, you will run to that table. There will be a trivia question. Once you correctly solve that, your last part of this challenge is coming over to this table to make a domino chain where the last domino falls off the edge of the table. First player to complete all of that wins immunity. Will be able to plead their case in front of the jury. For the other 3 of you, one of you will become the 10th and final member of the jury.
So obviously, I'm the new Sam, where everyone wants to take me to Final 3 with them because they think they can beat me. So, we roll up to the challenge, and I realize there's slithering involved and bugs. If no one's gunning for me, why am I gonna eat 15 crickets? It just doesn't add up. I'm dropping out. I couldn't even pay them to vote me out, so I'm not eating bugs because there's a reason why black people don't play this game that often. We don't eat bugs for fun. I'm not slithering, and I have an econ exam that I'd rather pass. So, you guys have fun.
It's only gonna be 3 of you playing.
Guys. Team.
I mean, it's an individual challenge.
Oh, I thought. Wait, are there no game changers at this one?
Oh shit.
What?
Alright,
This
let's
is a game
start.
changer behind the tree. Let's go.
Alright, for final immunity, the ability to plead your case at Final 3. Survivors ready? Go! JS and Eric have both done this challenge before. JS is slightly in the lead. Eric, not far behind. Katie in last place.
I've been a snake this game, not stopping now.
JS past the concrete. Katie and Eric falling behind. JS almost past the line. He has to get all the way through it. You're good. JS now can start eating the bugs and popping balloons. JS is putting down all in one go. Hopefully he can chew and swallow. Katie and Eric not far behind. They've made it past the concrete. They just need to make it all the way through. JS has a lead. JS still chewing. Katie now onto the chewing. Katie not shoving it all in her mouth at one time. Eric now finally onto the last part. Eric is a whiz at eating. Everyone wants this. JS had a lead going into this. Will JS keep this lead? That's fucking solid. JS is good. JS down below in balloons. He has to tie them and pop them. That's one balloon pop. Two balloons pop. JS is now on to Dizzy Bat.
You're good, you're good. You're good, you're good.
3, 4, 5. 9. You still got 6 more. 11. 12. 13. I got you, Katie. 14. 1. 15. JS is good. 2.
Oh my god.
Alright. JS. Now on to the...
One hand or two hands?
You gotta hold it with one hand and move the blocks with the other. JS now on his way. JS is currently in the lead. Katie and Eric are both still on the Dizzy Bat. That is 1 for JS.
7. Forehead on 8.
JS is currently in the lead. He now has 2 blocks.
14, Katie. 6 egg roll. Alright, Katie, you're good.
Katie now dizzy, catching up to JS. JS with his 3rd block.
8 egg roll. 9.
Katie now off with her 1st. JS is in the lead right now.
11. No, you good? Alright.
Katie drops. She has to go back. JS now with his 4. He has to stack them while keeping the ball balanced.
14. One more. 15, you're good.
Good? You good?
Yep. All right.
What is this?
JS has to look at the votes and tell me who left at each of those votes.
Yep.
Sherry's here. After Sherry is... Who's that bitch?
You gotta go back.
Back?
Back.
After Eric is Faith. Luna.
You're good, Katie.
Katie now coming. JS has a little bit of time. The question is, can Katie catch up?
Where's Pat?
You have to look at the votes and see who went home at each. It requires a little more than just remembering an order.
You're good.
Eric is now caught up. Katie, Eric, and JS all here.
How does someone go home 5-0?
And I would like to play it for Morgan.
Morgan does not count. Although JS had a bit of a lead going into this, seems like everyone's tied up.
Can I get a check?
Wrong.
Is this right?
Katie now checking. Wrong. Katie wrong. Eric wrong.
Can you check again?
Alright. Checking again. Wrong.
Check.
Yes, now checking. JS has it right. JS now on. If JS can just do this correctly, he will win immunity.
No, this definitely mine.
Okay, check. I think we're right. Do it. Copy, quick.
JS spacing them out pretty far. He's only got 30. Let's hope he can make it.
You're good.
Just copy it.
She's a little behind, but she can catch up. If JS messes up, that'll give her the opportunity. It is Katie versus JS right now.
You're good.
Eric now coming. All three at the last part of the challenge. JS with a huge lead right now. JS ready to very far apart. Eric going very quickly. Katie going very quickly. JS getting very close.
Good work, guys. Awesome job.
Not that I need to say it, but JS wins final immunity.
To add to my list of accomplishments, I posted the copies. Oh, it feels good. It feels very good. Because I needed this to get to the final 3. I'm so happy. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Eggroll said to Katie after the challenge, one of my abilities in this game, which I was waiting for it to finally come into use, was I am very good at reading lips. And I saw, Eggroll and his little lippies say to Katie, send me home, I'm gonna vote for you to win. So literally, Eggroll is like falling on a sword, just so his one goal in life is for me to lose the game. Eggroll and I, we are not, buddy-buddies in this game. He's never gonna vote for me to win. So I want him to stay in the final 3.
You still have an incredible shot of winning this game. You have played remarkably well, Eggroll.
The thing
I'm
is,
serious. You spent like 80 plus days on this. I want you to care for yourself because, I feel like you're contacting your inner saboteur. Your inner saboteur is telling you to just shut down just because, you've been defeated the past few times because I've made it further. And for you, it's like you want me to just leave the game and it didn't happen. But you can still win this game because you played remarkably well. And I want you to say no to your inner saboteur and say yes to the good parts of you. Yes, I can still win. Eggroll, you deserve being here. You deserve being in the final 3.
I just thought, oh, I might be out. Jason might just gun for me yet another week in a row. I kind of stopped and thought about it. I would still be into Jerry. I can make sure that JS only gets the votes that he deserves and not the ones that he can talk his way into. I kind of just felt relief that at least I'll be able to make an impact on who wins, even if I get voted out.
Because your one and only goal in life is to see me not win, but you need to think selfishly for yourself, and you need to think, wow, I, Eggroll, or Eric Yang, can beat JS, who has, been verbally aggressive, who hasn't played a perfect game. And just the fact that I've been a mean guy and been the villain. There are people on there that are actually not gonna vote for me. You think, Michaela and Miranda are gonna, buy the junk that I'm selling them when I tell them, oh, yeah, that was all, strategy, which it was.
Well, he basically didn't want to be portrayed as a bully, but let's face it, you said that you wanted to play this character on this reality show. You made this choice and you're owning it as your strategy. I don't think you deserve the redemptive moment to just say, hey, I'm sorry, because you not only own it and say this was my plan, but you also are going to use it to try to get more jury votes. And that to me is disgusting. You either own it and say, this was all just a game, so whatever, or you say, I'm sorry about doing it and it was wrong. You don't do both. You don't say, not only, this is just a game so I can do this, but also I don't want to seem like an asshole because I did it. You don't get best of both worlds.
If you vote with me, just this one time, you still have an incredible chance of winning. I'm serious. I am scared to go against you, and I'm scared to go against Kadion. You guys are both equally incredible. All you have to do is vote for the best player left in this game, and that person's Kadion. Just vote with me for Kadion. I'm gonna say it again during tribal, but do it for yourself, Eggroll, because you deserve it.
And he really should do what's best for himself. And the best thing for him is to get rid of Kadion. It's gonna be harder to win against Kadion. I definitely want the queen out of here. She's played a great game.
I'll think about it. It would be maybe in our best interest if one of us was on the jury, because then we could.
Wait, what?
It would be like.
So how would everything get? So what are you proposing then?
Like, you go against JS. Because
But how would that even happen? Like, we don't have votes on anyone. Like, I'm not gonna vote you out at this point, and I don't think there's even numbers to vote you out.
You and Morgan could vote me.
Maybe it's because JS has been so terrible to me. I feel more about making sure that the right thing happens in this game, which is that someone who has been terrible to many people does not get to walk off with a victory and walk off scot-free. I think that justice needs to be served. For me, if I were on a jury, I would vote for whoever I thought was like the most well-rounded. They're a pleasant person. Like,
I'm not a pleasant person.
oh, you're pretty pleasant, at least to the people who like.
To people I'm working with, but like I feel like I've betrayed a lot of people.
I mean, that's part of it. Like, there can only be 3 of us at the end anyway, so everyone went into this knowing that you're gonna have to betray some of the people you're working with. No one's gonna hold it against you because, like, they might hold it against JS because his whole thing was like he's gonna be a giant asshole, and that's just not really pleasant.
It sucks now because this means I have to be a savage. This whole time I'm just like contemplating how I'm just gonna be this asshole. I won't get Tony's vote. I probably won't get Doug or Andrew's vote. And like now I'm gonna have to fight for like, you know, my win. I'm gonna feel like a terrible person if JS still wins at the end if I get there. And I cut so many throats just to get there, only to lose to him.
No one will like look at you and be like, oh wow, Kadion, she's such a bitch, or oh, she's such a terrible person.
You know, everyone's here to win. I hope they just understand that I did what I had to do to get there, and it really wasn't anything personal, and I know they would have done it to me, so I just wanted to do it first. I don't think you understand, Eggroll. Like, the depth of this game has, like, it got really personal, and I think
Everything that happens in this game, at the end of the day, it is a game. I think she's comparing what she has done to what JS has done, and they are completely different. So I don't think she should feel bad about how she ended up playing to get this far to the end. And JS wants me to vote you. The other option is that, like, you vote me. No, because, like, if you think about it, if you vote me out, then, like, we can say anything about this. And then, like, it doesn't have to be a mutual relationship at that point. It could just be, like, one of us, like, you carried me to the end, and you're just, like, telling me everything to do so that you wouldn't have to take the fall for anything. And then, like, I know you don't want that because it makes you look like a worse, like, person, which I know right now that's what you're kind of struggling with. But it's kind of like...
I mean, it's not even look, it's like I feel like a worse person. Like, I'm not going to do that to you, and, like, I feel like I've betrayed a lot of people so that I can work with you.
But
like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just saying...
And at this point, I feel like you're asking, like, to just commit suicide and, like, just let me win. And it's like, I'm not going to just, like, drop you like that. Like, that's just, like, not how I'm going to play. Like,
if both of us are in Final Tribal Council, there's a bigger chance that we'll split whatever votes are given.
Yeah, no, I agree. But honestly, I'd rather go and be fair and square. Like, I would be completely happy for you if you won at that point. And, you know, I would hope that I'd be the same vice versa. And, like, I don't know, yesterday I talked to my mom and she said, like, I would hope that you wouldn't sit next to people that you drag to the end. I definitely feel like my relationship with Eggroll has gotten, like, really, really strong over these past few
weeks. It's crazy how like I thought he was a lunatic, and I like have become so close to him over this game that like now I think I could like, he's one of the few people I think I can trust with my life, honestly. Just like our friendship outside of the game is genuine, and we can watch Real Survivor together, we can hang out. Like I feel like we have a real friendship that I know we'll talk after this game. And you know, I did throw away some friendships to vote them out and get farther in this game, but I know at least I've gained one friend, even if it means losing one. He's someone I've worked with and I respect and admire throughout the way he's played, and I genuinely, like feel like if there's anyone else that should win, it's him. So I'm 200% not voting for you today, Egg Roll.
Okay, well then we only have one option, so we'll vote Morgan.
Yeah.
So you don't have to think about it, because I'm not going to change my vote.
Eric's like my angel. He's literally like my angel that's just here, like on my shoulder to comfort me as I have to make really difficult decisions, and is literally telling me just like possibly vote him out. Just get rid of the angel. But I need my angel because I need moral support, and I think I can't ditch someone who's been there for me since, not day one, but I don't know, day 49. Worst case, as long as us two vote together, then like me and her would go up at a tie challenge, right? So it's not like there's absolutely no chance.
I'm your partner, so I value like what you want, and if you want to not take someone who you feel like you dragged to the end,
yeah,
then we can both vote Morgan tonight.
The Final Four, we've all played good games.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the case. Everyone has a case to win this game. Katie cannot sit in the final three with me. I want Katie gone because Katie's gonna vote for me to win. She respects this game, and you know, she's been trying to get me out for the past few weeks. So don't you think she should vote for the person who's still in the game that she's been trying to get out for the past few weeks? You know, you've said this whole game that you don't want to sit next to her in the final three. If you are finally able to take off that chain that's been holding on to this entire season,
yeah,
I think right there you have a case. That's your best way of
like getting
actually,
rid of Katie.
Yes. These people have been lying to me every single week, like, yeah, we'll vote on Egg Roll, yeah, we'll vote on Katie. Now it's time for them to actually face the music and actually vote one of their friends out of this game. But like, if you go to the end with Katie and I don't think you get any votes.
Yeah.
She's willing to do anything to get to the end.
True.
Like, she's willing to cut you, Morgan.
But vote Katie.
You played a good game.
Yeah.
You played a quieter game, but if at the end of the game you're finally able to make the biggest move, which is getting out the queen,
yeah,
like Morgan, that can honestly get votes. Listen, girl, you and Katie on in the final three, you guys have played a very similar game. You guys have both played the game well, but she's won this game before, so, you know, she needs to cut Katie if she wants a chance to win. Will she have a chance to win? No, she's doing my dirty work.
Guest appearance.
Oh, who wants to be a camera whore?
I want to be on TV. I want to be in this season of Survivor. What's up, guys? I'm Liam.
I think that would be like my one piece of like street cred.
It could give you major street credit.
It just kind of irritates me that JS wants me to be his new Sam because like JS is so freaking annoying. I don't want him to win.
But let me know what's gonna happen because I'm always out of the loop, and you know, now you guys don't really have a choice but to like let me in the loop.
And I mean, JS seems to want Katie to go. Katie obviously wants Eric to go instead of herself, and Eric has kind of like resigned himself to going. I guess it's really up to me. Like I'm like that perfect swing vote as to who goes home, so like sucks for them. So I have a proposition for you.
Okay, tell me what you think.
That will spice up the game. I've been working on it all day. It really just depends on whether or not like Katie and Egg will fall for it. But they were either thinking of like voting for each other last time I talked to them, or voting me.
Are you actually gonna vote Katie tonight?
Yeah.
You're being 100% sure?
Yeah.
So tell Katie you and her need to vote Egg Roll. You stick on Katie. She votes for Egg Roll, so then Egg Roll votes for you, and then there's
It's
2 votes on
1-1-2.
Katie, and you.
And then she's gone for sure.
And you completely masterminded her, and that's the best way to do it. You
Yeah.
know, say everything like we can make it 2-1-1, but really it's gonna be 2-1-1 for for you, and you get the credit of taking out the biggest player in this game.
The whole issue with my whole game, it's been so quiet. Like there's nothing that makes me stand out. The only challenge I've ever like really succeeded in is like the balancing balls challenge, and like that's no great talent at life. Like no one's gonna walk down the street saying, "I'm great at handling balls." To be at Final Tribal Council, I need something else under my belt to have a chance at winning. Because as it stands, I really do think like the jury just like wouldn't comprehend. I just need something to give me like a little extra boost. So yeah, I mean anything could really happen. Like you never know in this game like who's gonna get to who. Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
It's like, should we vote egg roll?
I don't fucking know. Honestly, I'm down for whatever you want, Morgan. Like, I'm voting with you no matter what. Like, but if you want to vote egg roll, like, I'll vote with you to vote egg roll out.
I mean,
because I trust you like more than anyone else in this game.
I don't know, like, because obviously if my choices are voting you or egg roll, I can't vote for myself. Can't vote for JS's ass.
Yeah. If you want to vote egg roll, like, I'll vote egg roll with you, and then egg roll will just go home.
I'm going to go, like, see if JS still wants to be, like, he wanted to meet earlier. I haven't talked to him yet, but just to make sure he doesn't feel, like, weird or, quote-unquote, left out of this vote. Like, how he has, like, for the last 3 or 2.
Yeah.
Or how many times have we finessed him so far?
I don't even know. I think 2 or 3 times now because
at least 3.
Doug and well, I guess Michaela was a part of that.
He was part of it. Well, and Tony, whatever egg roll did to him, that was hilarious.
Getting Morgan to flip and vote on Katie, and Katie goes home. That is my move. That is not Morgan's move. I am going to milk that shit until the well runs dry. Oh, and tonight at Tribal, I'm not even like worried about who goes home. I'm literally just gonna talk about all the amazing things I've done and just already start to like warm up the jury to vote for me. And like that's great. Like such an advantage of winning the last immunity because you can just already start like revealing what you've done in the game and have them, you know, soak it over the next few days until we have final Tribal Council.
Currently, I think it's gonna be Egg Roll is gonna vote for Morgan. And Katie is gonna vote for Egg Roll, and then me and Morgan, blindside, boom, get out Katie. She needs to go, because then I'll win the game, 100%. So, it's not Morgan's move, it's my move. I made her believe it's her move, and that's the best way to play this game. If I pull it off, then I think my victory is even more justified.
He is
Are
the best.
you-
Above
are you
me,
voting for
then
Egg Roll?
why? Yeah, I will
And
be voting Egg Roll.
Is
I will
Morgan
be.
voting for Egg Roll?
I mean, I hope so, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she votes me because honestly,
Well,
like,
I just want to know, like, is there nothing I can do? Because if it's already going to be, like, two
well, I
votes
don't
that
know.
way.
I don't know what she's doing, but at the end of the day, like, I'm still voting my way because obviously I'm not voting myself out. And
I
she-
honestly haven't fully decided what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to, like, listen a lot and talk a lot at Tribal. Something that I want to hear out of your mouth is taking back the comment you made when you played the Idol last time.
I don't think that you're a bad person. Like,
You don't have to say this to me. You have to
What?
say it to everyone in the game and the cameras. Because I'm not a bully and I don't want to be framed as a bully. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. It's probably going to be either I vote for you or I'm going to vote for Egg Roll.
Please welcome the members of a jury. Andrew, Fish, Miranda, Jack, Tony, and Doug. Welcome, Final Four. Let's talk about the challenge, shall we? Morgan, as soon as I explained the rules of the challenge, you were like, nah, I'm good.
Really?
There's a reason why, like, Survivor, I don't know if you've noticed, has, like, a very low percentage of African-American players. Black people don't eat bugs. Like, and I'm mixed, so I don't eat bugs.
Jess, you won immunity for the 3rd straight time. You are going to the final 3.
Yes. You know, a huge strategy of mine this season has been to throw every single challenge that I possibly could. Because you look over here on this jury, and 5 of them, Dylan, Fish, Miranda, Tony, they're all taken out because they were comp threats. I did not want people to think on top of all the other gameplay that I've been able to do, big moves, manipulation, you know, forming relationships, that I also could win, you know, almost any single competition. And the last 3, I won. And it allowed me to get this far. And if I didn't win today, I would have definitely gone home. And that's because I had played a really good game this far.
Katie, well, oh, Eric, you're shaking your head.
I think he's played a questionable game so far, which is why he needs to win 3 challenges to make it to the end. Once you get to the point where your only way to making it to the end is if you go for a Hail Mary run, then I can say that I think you've messed up part of your game so hard that it's the only thing you can do. But I think it's because you sacrificed other parts of your game in order to do.
I would not have gotten the final 6 though if I showed to everyone in this game that I could win a competition. And because I got that far, and because you guys and myself helped take out people who could win all the competitions, I was left as the best person in this game that could beat the competitions, and that's how I won myself to the final 3. Winning competitions is definitely part of this game. And I knew that like when I did some of this early on competitions that I could have won, but I decided not to do that because then I would have been sent home early.
So Morgan, you got something to say?
I just laughed.
Yeah, I should say, when JS talks about his other gameplay, can you please edit in like the 1,000 clips of me saying JS could not convince me that the sky is blue or like the grass is green or whatever.
You guys all wanted me out this week and you all wanted me out last week, so that to me, no, it's because my gameplay has been superior.
No, JS, you were left in the game so long because you were so annoying.
No, that's not the
you would
truth.
get, like people would get rid of you and tired of you before then, but then like surprise, surprise, you won. So it's like low key.
There was no surprise. You talked about being obnoxious, and you know
A bully?
No, I don't think I'm a bully. But when people left the game, I wanted to convince everyone left in the game that I would never get their jury vote. So I purposely said to people and made them feel not positive about me. I purposely flip off Jack every week. I did this so I would purposely spoil jury votes so I could downplay how well the game I was playing. I did that so I could get this far. If I didn't do that, the jury would have enjoyed my moves and liked me. You can't be 100% likable in this game. If I was 100% likable, I would not have gotten this far. I would have been taken out earlier. So being obnoxious is part of my game.
I know JS wanted me to defend him and say he's not a bully in this game, but however, I think there's a fine line between strategy and real bullying. When it's somebody's birthday and you blindside them and you say happy birthday biatch, how the fuck is that strategy? Like, you have no way of winning their vote when you tell them happy birthday biatch. Like, that's literally so fucked up.
Okay, I felt bad too, but I put that aside and knew that no one would believe I would ever get Miranda's vote if I said that.
JS, you felt bad, but you still felt the need to say happy birthday biatch to a girl when it's her birthday. That's where you cross a personal line. I don't care if that's strategic. That's not strategic in my eyes. I'm sorry, but that's not strategic bullying. That's straight up bullying.
That's not
and it's
bullying.
On another level.
That is strategic.
It's not strategic when it's
Yes,
her
it
actual
is.
birthday.
Because if she went home and she
don't care, JS. That's not strategic. You're literally straight bullying, and it's her birthday. You don't say something like that to somebody when it's her actual birthday.
I disagree.
don't care.
You know,
I literally don't care, JS, what you have to say. That's literally what I think, and you can stop right there because you can think what you want. I can think what I want because I'm not gonna stand up and defend you when I don't actually feel like I should.
Well, then my vote's definitely going to you tonight.
I also like to say that at first I thought JS just couldn't control his mouth, but knowing that it's his plan to make other people feel like shit, like, I know it's just like maybe 1 or 2 weeks of dealing with something Mean said to you, but I think it's even worse than just being an asshole, because he basically is saying that he calculated out, he knew that he would hurt people by doing these actions, and he still went along with it. He thought about the consequences of it, and he decided, I want to win, and I'll put these people further away just so I can make it 1 week further, maybe 2 weeks, and now we can see it did get him to the end. But I don't think that means that it's a good strategy, because anyone who gives you your vote at Final Tribal Council, at least for that reason, is basically saying, I'm okay with every other season from Survivor Maryland now on, for everyone to go all out, for no one to respect each other, and then in the end, just use the words, it was my strategy, and that condones everything. I think people can vote for you for other reasons, but if that is going to be your argument, I don't think anyone will respect it.
I think it's funny that you guys are all teaming up with me. I'm the one who's safe tonight. You guys have to team up against each other.
You're a fucking crazy person.
I'm not fucking crazy.
Like that.
I'm getting to final 3. I'm getting to the fucking 3. I'm getting to final 3. One of you guys aren't getting the final 3.
All right. Well, on that note,
it's time to vote.
It is time to vote.
Damn, that was a lot of fire. Oh my god, this is the wettest seat ever. Hopefully my plan works. I can take out the queen. Cannot sit next to you.
Ooh, so interesting. I made it to Final 4, y'all.
JS, you might be in Final Tribal Council. I can't vote for you tonight. Hopefully I can beat you in Final Tribal if I'm not the one going home.
Once the vote's been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote. Katie.
Who writes like that? Like a third grader.
JS.
Second vote. Morgan. That is 1 vote Katie, 1 vote Morgan, 2 votes left. Third vote. Eric.
Wow.
That is 1 vote Morgan, 1 vote Katie, 1 vote Eric, 1 vote left.
Choose my plain words.
Fourth vote. JS. Crossed out. On the other side, the 17th person voted out Survivor Maryland, winner take all, and the 10th and final member of our jury, Morgan.
Oh my god, I've been so betrayed! I'm not voting for any of you for the jury! No!
Morgan, the tribe has spoken. There you go. We now have our final 3, Eric, JS, and Katie. On Sunday, one of the 3 of you will become the winner of Survivor Maryland, winner take all. Everyone here is capable of winning. I think it's going to be a fun final tribal.
That's for sure.
So, I just got voted out. I mean, I'm not mad at Katie and Eric. Like, they did what they had to do to win for their own games. And yeah, I mean, no salt. This season was a lot different than last season. I feel like I played a little bit harder than I did last season. I was obviously like in my tight little 3-person alliance, like not really open-minded to working with other people this season. I mean, I still wasn't open-minded to working with other people, but I pretended that I was, which I think is why I lasted so long, because I appeared to be so down to vote, like, you know, Katie and Doug, like big threats, we can't take them to the end, like, you know. That was a lie though, like I'd always planned on taking Katie to the end. We made a final 2-pact like very early on, but obviously I'm not in final 3, but she's making it, so, you know, I'm happy for her.
When I was with Mike and Faith, I felt like I was on top. Obviously I was wrong, but from that point forward, I've been scrambling and I've been a rat, and I've just been at the bottom of the food chain. And when I mutinied over to the returner side, I knew that if at any point we lost the challenge, I would just be the one to get cut. But from then, it's changed a lot, and by making alliances with the right people, I've been keeping myself safe up until now. I feel like I'm the person who had the most to prove coming into this game, because I'm one of the people who didn't make the merge, and the way I got voted out in my previous season was kind of like basically a giant blunder that I made. I feel like winning would fulfill what it means to improve and also give myself the reward that I deserve for making these improvements. I've been a very well-rounded player. I've won my fair share of challenges, I've done my fair share of scheming, I've made the correct alliances to keep myself in this game. So by every standard, I think I deserve to win this season, and I do feel like I've done more than other people.
You know, this game is all about winner taking all. I was the one making the move. I was the one taking it all for myself so that I could be the winner. But the real big threat was me, because I've always had a good social game. I've always, you know, been thinking 10 steps ahead. When I flipped on, you know, McQuad way back when, I had planned this all out. Did I plan for Tony and Doug to go home? No, but it works out great because they are positioned in front of me for the purpose of them going home before me. I got to the final 3 for a reason. If people are looking for, you know, the best comp threat, I'm that guy. If people are looking for the person who built some of the strongest relationships in the game, you know, I've done that. If someone's looking for someone who made the biggest moves in the game, oh, I've certainly done that. If someone's looking for someone who, you know, got themselves out of difficult situations and built strong alliances and had to, kind of rise from the bottom and being a big threat, I've also done that. But I really think I encompass all of those qualities of what makes a really fantastic Survivor winner. Just the fact that I won the last 3 challenges, I think, is like mind-blowing.
So I'm icing cupcakes an hour before final tribal because it's Tony's birthday today and I haven't been able to say happy birthday. And this is regardless of if I win or not tonight, like this is just my way of saying I still care about him as a friend and hopefully he won't be mad at me forever.
My reason for coming back was to play a little differently, play a little ballsy, and just, do things that I want to do instead of just being like tiptoeing around and just being so nervous and hesitant to make decisions. This is a game. Everyone's playing for themselves, and I'm here to prove to the viewers and everyone else that I didn't just float along my way. And I think that this game, whether or not I win tonight, will show how hard I've played and how deserving I am and how capable of a player I am. There were so many people who wanted me out since day one and every round, yet I made it and slid past each time. And I don't think that was pure luck. It was because of my strategic gameplay, because of the relationships I've built in this game, and because of my pure grit and like my passion for the game. At the end of the day, not all heroes are perfect, right? First time wasn't a fluke. The second time, I can do it again and show that, I deserved to win the first time and that I am the most deserving player in Survivor Maryland. And I think if I won, it would prove that I am the best player in Survivor Maryland.
All right. Welcome everyone to the final Tribal Council of Survivor Maryland. Winner take all. The final 3, Katie On, Eric Yang, JS. The 3 of you have survived 17 tribal councils and 85 days in this game to get to where you are now. Tonight, the decision of who will win is not up to me, it's not up to you, but it is up to the 10 jury members you have all had a hand in voting out. Jury, it's all up to you to decide who does become the sole survivor of Survivor Maryland, winner take all. So, with that, I'm going to allow the 3 finalists to give their opening speech.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I'm honored to be sitting here right now. So for me, my gameplay, I came into this game the second time around. I did not want to be seen as a floater as I was in season 4, and I wanted to do anything I could in my power to see and show you guys that I have been a vocal player and that I deserve to win this game. Though I knew I'd be painted as a huge target in this game, I didn't expect for someone like Eric Meisner to come in day 1 and out me and just say, hey guys, you should vote her out, this is so unfair, this is like leaving Alex Rodriguez in the minor leagues of baseball. But what did I do? I stayed resilient and I did everything I could in my power since day 1. Honestly, I feel like although I've played a ruthless game, you guys might be very bitter and salty at that I'm sitting here right now. My options were very limited. I had play hard or go home. If I didn't put 100% into this game and put this game first before, all my emotional, battles, then I wouldn't be sitting here today. I'm not saying that I was completely ruthless, that I didn't put my head and my heart into this game, because I did put my heart into this game, and it was so hard for me to make such tough decisions in this game. But at the end of the day, all my moves were strictly gameplay, and I did what I had to do to get here. And I hope you guys can respect that. I did it out of, just this was solely for the game. It's not anything personal, and I hope you guys can respect that.
As many of you guys probably know, my games and how I came into this game was completely different from both Katie and JS. I didn't have the luxury of not having to go to tribal councils as often because I was on Majesta, the tribe that lost and lost and lost. I wasn't like JS, who when he came into the game, he had a majority alliance within the tribe. But overall, I'd like to bring up the 2 biggest points that I feel like make me the best choice to become sole survivor. Firstly, how I portrayed myself to all of you and everyone who played the game, and secondly, the alliances that I've made to get me here. The way I feel like I portrayed myself to all of you is that I was someone you could work with. Even if I was in an alliance against you or I was on another tribe, I feel like I portrayed myself as someone who, if you came to me and talked to me, you could potentially work with me and we could work together to make it further into this game. The week that Mike went home, I know that I had a target on my back and there was a good chance I would have went home. But even though I wasn't in the alliance with Jack and Tony, I feel like my connections with them is what ended up saving saving me that night and what allowed me to play my mutiny and make the merge. I also used this to create strong alliances with people. The alliances that I've made, they stuck together until they either got voted out or we're sitting here today. Throughout this game, I feel like I've done my fair share of everything. I found my fair share of game changers, I've won my fair share of challenges, I've made my share of alliances, and I've played this game hard. Thank you for hearing us out tonight, and hopefully, I hope that you, after tonight, realize that I should be voted sole survivor.
From the very beginning of this game, I was pointed at as a huge target. I received votes week 4 and week 5, and luckily I had the McQuad Alliance and my alliance with Sam to help me move forward in this game. I wanted to set up a rivalry between the newbies and the veterans. I spoke with Fish and I convinced him to get all the newbies from his side over to our side, and that's exactly what happened. And it allowed the newbies and the McQuad and myself to move forward through to the merge. After that point, I was very threatened by Miranda and Jack, 2 of the greatest players in this game. I knew for a fact they did not want to bring me to the final 3, and I didn't know when the alliance was going to break up, but I knew I had to make the first move. I was the one who sat down with all the returners left in the game, and I told them, we have to make a big move. These 2 people are in charge. If we don't make a move now, they are going to win. They are going to get to the end. These 2 people would not be here today if it wasn't for the big move that I made when we voted out Miranda and then Jack. I was positioned quite well because I had Tony and Doug who were both loyal to me, but both of them were perceived as likable and both of them were perceived as very big competitors. I was not perceived that, and partly is because I manufactured myself to be perceived that way. They were both taken out as I predicted at that point. I wasn't part of it, but I perceived that they would go before me. I won 3 competitions, more than anyone else this season. I definitely earned my spot here. I know that I made a lot of unethical moves, a lot of questionable moves, and I was downright nasty to some of you guys in this game, and I deeply apologize for that. I thought it was a good strategy, but I do believe that purposely burning jury votes was not a smart strategy, and it was definitely part of how I overplayed this game. And I hope that out of these other 2 worthy, very worthy competitors, you vote for the best player here, and I believe that's me. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, hey Sailors. I just want to congratulate you guys on making Final 3. I mean, very, very impressive. I think everybody here is really, really strong. And the fact that you guys were able to make it, definitely testament to how much you care about this game. First question, I'm going to shoot at Katie. Katie, I really respect that you've been able to make Final Tribal, especially after walking into the game as the biggest threat in the game. I mean, you already won, and we all knew that. But I feel like the way that you played was kind of just to get everybody to like you and not really to be as ruthless or not really to play as hard as a lot of the other people in the game. I basically want you to tell me why you deserve to be sitting in Final 3 and these people don't.
Okay, so first off, I want to say with the Andrew vote, that was completely ruthless of me. He's someone I knew before this game, and I easily could have just kept the secret that I didn't know about what the vote was going to be and didn't tell you about what to do with the idol, right? And other people I've been ruthless to is Tony and Doug right there. Those are 2 people I was so close to in this game. I knew Tony before this game too. We were friends, and yet I blindsided him. He had no clue it was coming, and that is the toughest decision I had to make in this game because I had to decide, friendship versus game. But at the end of the day, this season is about winner take all, and we all came here to win this game, right? So obviously I had to do what I had to do to get this far in the game. Doug and I were so close. We both had a bond, and we had a same mutual agreement to say that, hey, we shouldn't turn on each other until Final 4. And the thing is, I still did it because at the end of the day, yeah, that meant I could go home, but I knew I had an idol in my pocket, so I was safe the next vote, and it was what I had to do to get far in the game.
Okay, thank you. So at these tribals, they've been definitely a lot more talkative than in my season, and people get interrupted a lot. So I kind of want to do you, Eggroll, a favor. I know that you kind of go back and forth with JS, and you get interrupted and you get stopped, you don't really get your thoughts out. So I want this to be your opportunity with no interruption, just tear into him. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear you say why JS doesn't deserve to win.
If that's what I have to do to get your vote, then I'll do it. I don't think JS deserves to win because he neglected 2 big parts of the game. Maybe we define these 2 parts differently, but what I define as the social game isn't necessarily getting other people to do what you want, but basically creating ties with people so that they don't want you out. I feel like JS neglected this part of the game because coming through the end of it, everyone was out for him. Everyone wanted him out. no one was really there to stick up for him. The second reason I think that he doesn't deserve to win, he said it himself. Throwing away these jury votes was not a good strategy. Attacking people and making them feel terrible was not a good strategy. It's something that it affects people more than you think. And by saying that it was a strategy, you're basically, to me, it felt like you said, I calculated that these people would be hurt by my actions, but because I want to win, I'll tear away at these people. And for those reasons, I think JS does not deserve to win.
Okay, thank you.
I honestly want to congratulate the three of you that you got here when the other 17 of us did not. I'm not bitter towards any one of you, even though it may seem, JS, I'm especially bitter towards you, but I'm not bitter. It's just funny to me that after this entire game, I couldn't tell what was JS the person that I met in the very beginning of the game towards the middle and the end of what was JS the character playing Survivor. You said some horribly nasty things. It really made me wonder if that was actually the JS person I met in the very beginning of the game, who I thought was a genuine person, and I thought, oh, I can get along with this person, and I thought I could really work with him, and even after the game we could possibly be friends. To then seeing the things you did in this game and really wondering, is this the person JS, or is this the persona JS of I'm gonna be ruthless, I'm gonna be an asshole, I'm gonna be mean to people, I'm gonna throw away jury votes? Honestly, at this point, I have no freaking clue which one it is.
It comes easy for me to get attention. If I don't get positive attention, I want to seek negative attention. The only thing I care about is people like giving me attention. And unfortunately, that has been a flaw all throughout my life. And in this game, it was a flaw as well. So when you say you're not sure like which me you're getting, you know, that makes sense. In this game, it was just too easy with a camera in front of my face to just seek that attention. And a lot of times that resulted in me acting negatively. But when we had those early conversations, like the first like 10 votes, when we were like really jiving well and working together, those are my favorite parts of the game. I hope that we can, after this game, you know, form a genuine connection, genuine friendship. And I do feel so bad for saying happy birthday, Biatch, to you, because you don't deserve that. You know, that's a piece of shit move. And I think I lost my ways, you know, at some points in the game, especially towards the end when I was like, I gotta burn jury votes, I gotta get to the final three. And that wasn't right. But I hope you know when you were seeing the genuine JS and when you were seeing like the entertainer JS and when you were seeing the strategic JS. And some of those intertwine, but there are like 3 separate JSs.
Katie, congratulations on being the only girl in the final 3. I'm very proud there's a girl here. My big question for you is, what did you do differently this season from your past season to get you here again to the final 3?
This was Katie 2.0 compared to season 4. You know, I showed everything. I was extremely vocal. I was aggressive. I never, you know, like sat down and just said, oh, I'm okay with whatever for the most part. You could tell what I wanted for each vote, and every vote was very strategic for me. And even the most subtle moves I had to do to make sure I could get here. This time around, I feel like I had to tiptoe around. I was literally walking on thin ice. Anything I did, if I said, hey, like we should do this, let's vote this person out, you know, those 2 people can just get together and be like, oh, what the fuck, let's get her out instead, you know? Because I had to walk on thin ice, I still made sure I strategically said the right things to different people. When I was working with Tony and he was on Majesta, he told me that you guys were gonna vote out Eggroll. And the reason why Mike went home instead of Eggroll and why Eggroll's sitting here today is because I convinced Tony that it should be Mike going home and not Eggroll. Like, I made subtle moves like that, and considering I was never in a position of power, I feel like a lot of times I couldn't do much, right? Because if I tried to make a move, if I tried to be vocal and say we should do this or that, then I knew my ass was going home right away. So I had to be subtle about it, but I made sure I was in the center and the core between the returners and with any other alliance I could make, whether that was with Michaela, or I really did try with like Sam, you, Jack, like every single person here, even people that didn't make the merge, but I did everything I could in my power. And I think that I really played a game that was way more aggressive. And honestly, I think I am so much prouder of the game I played this season than I did in season 4. Because in season 4, like, yes, I was perceived as a floater, and I don't think I was a floater, but in some ways I do think I got it easy because I had somebody like a meat shield like Alex. But in this time, I didn't have a meat shield. I didn't win any individual immunities, and yet I'm still sitting here. Everyone wanted me out every single vote, literally since day 1, and I'm still sitting here. But I'm still here because of my social game, and I think that portrays enough to prove that I deserve to win this game, and I think I definitely have played differently on another level than I have from season 4.
Thank you. Eggroll, besides the mutiny, what do you think was your biggest move throughout the season?
I think my biggest move towards the second half of the game, it was actually a mistake, but it still ended up being very positive towards the outcome of the game. Playing the idol on Katie instead of on Dylan during the vote that Dylan unfortunately had to go. And I did feel bad after doing that because Dylan had told me, hey, I think it's me, I should play it. You should play it on me. Even though this wasn't completely intentional for Dylan to go home, I did it because I wanted to protect Katie, who I felt like was a closer ally to me at the time. It ended up not only proving that I was dedicated to the returners, I solidified an alliance that I knew would be perceived as loyal, and in turn, that's what I believe ended up turning the tides of the game. That ended up changing the returner newbie thing, where finally Michaela and JS came over and started working with the returners, and then from there, anything was possible. It used to be 7 to 5, 8 to 5, and if I did play on Dylan, it'd be 6 to 5, and we'd be struggling to look for another idol for yet another week.
Okay, that's it. Good luck.
Okay, so I actually don't have a lot of questions, but I do have a lot to say. First, I want to say, I just want to defend JS a little bit because everyone has been coming for his life and calling him the bully and everything like that, but there's always two sides of an argument. First of all, I don't want to say I'm condoning anything that JS did because it was fucked up. At the same time, when someone does awful things, doing awful things to that person doesn't make it better. So I want to call out Morgan, Katie, and Eggle for all teaming up on him and basically bashing on him. Like, what are you supposed to do? If you're the only one left and you're by yourself, what are you going to do? Sit there? No, you're going to fight back. And don't tell me that either, like, any one of you is going to sit there and take it because you're not. First of all, I just want to say that and defend someone who was on the bottom, and you guys didn't include him on the last 4 votes of this game, and you fucking laughed about it. It's not that deep. Like, this game is to be played, and like, you guys are all calling him a horrible person, but I also think like you guys also did shit too. So like, at the same time, like, you guys are also like not like the good people that you say you are. Next, I want to say, Katie, I honestly don't think you deserve to be here because at Final 4, when you didn't win the challenge, those three are, well, not JS because he voted for you, but Eggroll and Morgan are stupid for now voting you out because if you're the biggest threat in the game and you make it to Final Tribal Council again, why the hell would they let you get there? And I just don't think you deserve to be here because that you didn't win Final 4. If you had won Final 4, I would definitely be vouching for you and saying you played a great game, but because you didn't, I don't think you deserve your spot at Final 3. I do have a question for Eggroll. JS won 3 challenges, you only won 1. JS was perceived to be one of the biggest threats in the game, you weren't. JS had like huge target on his back the whole game. Like, you didn't really, you were always on the bottom, and every time your name came up, you knew that you weren't going home, so you can't even say that as your excuse. Like, you were on the bottom the whole game and basically got dragged here because you weren't a threat. So between you two, like between those 2 resumes that I just outlined, like, why should I vote for you over JS?
I think that JS strongly misrepresents his game. One of his biggest things that he said he's done in this game is that he manipulated so many people to do everything that he wanted. At one point, I did think maybe he did convince the rest of McQuad or the Creepy Crawlers, or whatever you want to call yourself, to vote Faith instead of him. But that turned out that he just happened to be in a majority alliance that formed out of circumstance. Move along to the merge, he was on the bottom of your alliance, just like I was on the bottom of every alliance I was in. And he did end up coming to our side, and that's his move. However, he did that because he knew he was on the bottom. I stayed in my alliances because I knew I could work my way up. There are different ways to see it. Maybe his move was bigger and flashier, but I truly believe that by working in my alliances, I could bring up my status as opposed to going over to a different side and showing that I could be disloyal. If you think about it, there were only 2 or 3 votes where JS really did get his way after the merge. And if he was such a master manipulator at getting everyone to do everything he wanted, then maybe he would have gotten his way more. He couldn't convince me to vote out Katie. He couldn't convince us to do anything, really. The only times that we voted with him were for the Miranda and Jack vote, because as returners, we felt it was in our best interest to vote them out too. So I don't really think that his argument that he manipulated so many people, which is why he's a great social player, really works.
Before I'm done, I just want to say a big part of this vote for me is who's been playing the game since day 1. JS started playing this game the first day that it started. I feel like your game started at Final 10, and I hope that this helped to convince people that you shouldn't, like, just because someone's a bully, like, that doesn't mean they shouldn't necessarily not win this game. Thanks.
Okay, well, now that Tony's done sucking JS off, we can move the show just a little bit, but I'm just gonna leave it there because there's my place on the bench and there's yours. a bit further down.
Yeah, because you did nothing
But-
this whole game.
Yep. See, I was quiet during his commentary. Well, Katie, everyone kind of asked you the same question that I had for you. I mean, because you seem like you've been chilling. I know you weren't. But I mean, if you had anything else you wanted to say about, you know, what you might have done. Because everyone's pointed out you've been like kind of quiet, but by necessity.
One thing I want to point out is I had a huge influence on all 3 idols that were played in this game. Obviously, I had one of them, so I could do whatever I wanted with it. The first one, Dylan had it. I think the reason why he told me was because he trusted me. I made myself the core out of the 4 of us returners on Sababa. I made sure you felt like I was your number 1. And I made sure, like, you know, same with Doug and with Dylan too, that you guys were my number 1s in the game. And I gave you guys logical reasons for why you should be my number 1. And I think that doing that made Dylan trust me to tell me about his idol. Then when the time came for the idol to be played, I wanted you to be safe, Morgan, because I wanted to work with you. So I decided to tell Dylan to play it on you. And considering how like paranoid Dylan was about going home, I stuck my neck out so far that one week that when Nick went home, I stuck out my neck so far, I swear that shit almost cracked. Like, I swear to God, like, but I told Jess, like, you know what, why vote out Doug or Dylan when, you know, they could easily just be coming with us, like, you know, like, they'll work with us next vote because they're desperate, they don't want to go home. And so I feel like I had an influence with Dylan playing the idol on Morgan. He texted me right before tribal. He was so scared, obviously, because of course you want to use it on yourself, and he texted me and he said, hey Katie, are you positive it's Morgan? And I said, I'm pretty sure, like, Andrew told me it's gonna be her. Like, I'm sorry, Andrew, but like, you know, at the moment I thought it was the best game move for me to keep Morgan in this game because I couldn't afford to lose a returner that early when I knew half the other people that were in the game at Merge didn't want me here. I reached out to a lot of you guys and you said, damn, she's playing so hard. And then when I didn't reach out to you, it was like, what the fuck, is she scheming against me? You know, I didn't have any choice. Like, literally everything I did, you guys thought it was sketchy as fuck. So I didn't have any options. And second, with the idol with Eggroll, like he said, I had leverage with how he played that idol. We had leverage, a one-on-one connection. It's called AA, I can tell you guys now because I don't care. It's called the Asian Alliance. And I told him straight up, like, I'm not gonna betray you. Third idol, that was where I played my heart on my sleeve because you know what? I could have played that for myself. And I went into that tribal knowing that I'm risking my life to play this for him because it's something I said I would do. And it's honestly the proudest move I've made in this game because that meant that I was willing to give up my life for someone else, but I was still confident that either way, even if I did that, I wouldn't go home, and that's because of my social game throughout the entire season. And honestly, Tony, you said that you don't think that I deserve to be here because Morgan and Eggroll are stupid and took me to the end, but honestly, if that's not enough social game to prove at Final Four, that speaks volumes about my social game, and I don't think that means like I don't deserve to be here because they were too dumb to make the big move. I think it means that I had enough social leverage in this game that they didn't want to vote me out regardless of what happened.
That was a little bit more long-winded than I was expecting. I'm glad you got all that out.
Okay, hi guys, Katie, Eggroll, JS, I know all of you guys' names now. Minus me, I did not ask this question, I wasn't in this. This is all for them, so fuck, marry, kill.
I'd probably marry Morgan because I had so much fun with her. She knows how to break it down on the dance floor, and I would love to dance to for the rest of my life. But obviously, me and Morgan know how to have a good time, and I think that we get along as friends really well after this game.
Much like our relationship in the game, Vish, I believe we can only characterize our one meeting where we talked together as a one-night stand. So you are my fuck, my friend.
In terms of marrying, I'm gonna either marry like Jack or Doug. I think you guys are like the most kind-hearted people in this game. I'd love to like bring you home to like my family and be like, here's who I'm like marrying.
Where are you gonna be at? I got this on, so I'll still be here next tribal too.
Alright. So hi guys, congratulations on making it to the final 3. I can definitely say, like, post-merge, you guys, all of you are definitely not who I thought would be sitting here, so props for that. For the obvious reasons, Katie, you're a huge threat, you've already won. Like, honestly, we're all really stupid for letting you sit here. I do value your gameplay, and I think you played a great game, and I'm not gonna sit here and say you don't deserve to be here, because like, all 3 of you got here somehow, and I don't think it's fair for us who are over here to say that, you know, you don't deserve to be there. I think Soul Survivor has
has a title that, you know, incorporates a physical game, a social game, you know, finding the idols, finding the clues, playing them at the right time. You know, part of you, besides maybe JS, have only played one part of the game. So, Eggroll, your gameplay was obviously very different than Katie and JS's, but, you know, you were asked a question by Miranda about after Mutiny, what was your biggest move? And you said, you know, playing your idol on Katie. So, defend that. I don't think that Soul Survivor should be by mistake.
I said that it was my biggest move because I felt like it had the greatest outcome of how the game changed, but I also think that there's a lot of other things that I've done that I haven't said. One of the reasons you went home was because I assumed you had the legacy advantage and it would go to Morgan afterwards. And then my next plan, it never ended up happening, but I was going to vote out Morgan so the legacy advantage would go to Katie. And then in that, I could again show loyalty by protecting someone who I felt I was close with. Another move I did make was initiating the Doug blindside. I told Katie first about it and I said, hey, I think it would be a better idea if we got Doug out this week instead of Sam. The reason I listed my mistake as my biggest move is because I feel like that had the greatest consequence on the end result of the game, which is why I listed it as my biggest move.
No, I appreciate your answer. I just wish you would have, you know, when you originally asked the question, I wish you would have just defended your move instead of calling it a mistake, because clearly it wasn't a mistake. You and Katie are here right now. So JS, I commend you so much for being here. Part of it, like kind of like I think Miranda touched on, I don't know who you are as a person. I feel that to some extent I know every single person, whether you made it to merge, whether you didn't, whether you're sitting here at the final three. I feel like I know you, like each and every one of you on some kind of level, maybe not on the level I want to, or maybe not on a real level because it is a game. So like to me, I wish you would have just kind of owned it up. Like, yeah, you said mean things, you should apologize, you did apologize, that's fine. But like you should have been like, okay, look, this is a game. I'm not trying to sit out here and make you like friends. I want to win this game. We all wanted to win this game. So instead of just being like, you know what, yeah, I got carried away, I got, you know, excited, whatever, just be like, look, this is the persona that I chose to be. And, you know, yeah, it was negative. Some things I wish I wouldn't have said. You know, some things were bad for my gameplay. Some things were bad just on a personal level. But instead, I feel like you're trying to play both sides. You know, like, you know, and I don't think you can honestly like, deny it. When you said happy birthday, biatch, to Miranda, like, it wasn't just like, oh, instinct, Miranda got voted out, it's her birthday. Like, let me just say this. You know, like, there was meaning behind it. There was something behind it. So if it was entertainment, like own up to it. Kind of like I told Eggroll, own up to it.
I think I was like using like fake emotions that like I could like say I was having to disguise my gameplay. Me being mean to some of the jury members on their way out helped me get to where I am today, and I still do not take that back. I 100% believe I was allowed to get to the final six because I said that to Miranda, because I flipped off Jack, because I said bye-bye Michaela, and those things that I did, I thought of hours before Tribal Council. I knew I was going to say it to Miranda hours beforehand. And when I look back on it, I don't 100% regret doing all of them, but I do regret the magnitude that I did do some of them. And I definitely regret the magnitude that I did those to Eggroll. Yes, it was me being entertaining. Yes, it was me being a character, but it was also gameplay. And so that's where the line is. That is what I regret. That is what I don't regret. And I hope you can see that even though you don't know exactly who I am and like what was game and what was the character, that you still recognize the best player out of the three of them and you vote for that person tonight.
Okay, thanks guys, good luck.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say a big, huge congratulations, sincerely, to all three of you. Like, you've all, you know, outlasted, and outplayed all of us, so congratulations for that. First of all, JS, your game has spoken for itself, and I think, honestly, like, your biggest disservice in this game has been your mouth. Like, honestly, not even just like the mean things that you've said, but like even tonight, just like wishy-washy, like, oh, you know, like maybe I've been too mean, maybe I've been too nice, you know, like you can't even decide tonight like which game you want to go with. Do you want to go with the I'm the ruthless like asshole who like does whatever he wants but everyone respects me for it, or do you want the man, I'm so sorry, you guys should definitely vote for me? Like that's what I just like really don't understand. You can't even decide what your game is.
So it is a difficult, you know, move to be one of the best players, to make villainous moves, to switch sides, to send home your lines, to be an asshole to them on their way out. It's very difficult, but I got here to the final three, and it's very difficult to like balance the line between apologizing and balance the line between like this is my gameplay. Because as a person, sending home people and being mean to them is difficult as a person. But as a game move, I knew it was smart for my game, and I planned that out way ahead of time. And I knew it was smart for my game to get further in this game. I would have never been able to get the final six. I think the level of strategy that I played, I'm going to own up to it. I have owned up to it. I'm apologizing for certain things that I've done because I do think I crossed the line. I do think my mouth gets me in trouble. It's not just in this game. It's outside this game as well.
Katie, you know, you mentioned that like we knew each other before the game. Like, I think day one, you called me up right before you went to California and were like, hey, I want to work with you, I really want to start an alliance. And I was like totally on board. I thought we were all good. We were like trying to keep each other's names off of the returner side and the newbie side on Sababa. Like I thought we were good to go. Then we hit merge, and like I guess at that point I thought we were still good, like we were sharing information like we had done the whole game. And so I thought like that day after I got voted out, I was like, dang, Katie really played me today. So after getting voted out, like I'm talking to some of these people like Dylan and Doug who like have been on the Sababa returners with you. And like as it turns out, like what they said is that pretty much every word that I said like was spread to them from day one. It wasn't like you betrayed me on that day that I got voted out. You betrayed me like from day one. I'm really not bitter about getting voted out. What I don't understand is like, did you have no intention of working with me from day one, or like was it like a split decision on that day? Like I really don't believe that it was just that day, like, oh man, like Andrew's got to go today. Like what was the strategy there? I'm really curious about that.
I did tell Dylan, Doug, and Morgan some of the things that you told me, because I personally didn't think that it would be realistic for us to hide the fact that we were allied, and I didn't want to just completely act like me and you weren't friends. And I knew the same thing would happen. If I was on the same tribe with Tony starting day one, we'd probably not be able to hide the fact that like, we were working together, even though it's a newbie versus returner type of thing. I like had to be honest about certain things, because if they caught me in a lie, then I go home right away, or you go home, you know what I mean? They're already worried about the fact that you're close to Tony and you guys are roommates, and if they find out that you and I are close too, then one of us is on the chopping block. And I think that's why Dylan wanted you out. He was threatened about the fact that you and I were close. I had no intention to vote you out, Andrew. I wanted to work with you and Tony when we got to the merge, but then Tony came to me and told me that you said that once it came to merge, you didn't have like many intentions to keep me around past final 6. You said if people were pushing hard to get me out, then you wouldn't push too hard. But I knew at merge, when there are way more newbies left in the game, there's 8 newbies and 5 returners, that I would go home, because there's nothing you and Tony could do in your power to protect me anymore, because I honestly felt like I didn't have a chance with you working long term, because I knew that you didn't want me there. And that's honestly what I did with each move I made in terms of being ruthless. I did it because those people gave me a lot of certainty that they didn't want me at the end, and so that's the only reason why I did it, and it wasn't anything personal, and it really hurt me to did vote you out.
Okay, thanks, good luck guys.
For real, like JS, seriously, fuck you. Like you played me, I played such a shit game, like I understand that, like so like I played a shit game, I know that, but you played me the whole game, so fuck you. Eggrel, like you never did anything in my eyes, and Katie, same with you. Like I'm gonna start with you, Katie. I heard that you wanted to work with me. Is that true?
Of course, I wanted to work with anyone.
Okay. So, why didn't you?
It wasn't like anything like I didn't attempt to talk to you. It was at that point I knew that like you had no intention to work with me, and I thought I had a better chance at working with Michaela because I already had a connection with her. I knew through Andrew that you and Winnick were the ones pushing to vote me home the week that Winnick went home. You guys were fighting for me to go home while Michaela and Andrew were fighting for me to stay and to vote Doug or Dylan out. And so that's why I was already kind of taken aback, because I knew you didn't want me in the game. So at that point I think that's when I just felt like, oh, it's better to vote Fish out. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Eggrel, same question. Why didn't you make any more efforts to reach out to me if I was someone that you wanted to work with?
It's very simple. You were deeply ingrained in working with the newbies, and obviously the week that you went home, you were pushing my name. It was very clear that we couldn't work together because we were out for each other.
What's more impressive to you? Katie getting here twice in two rounds of this, like 2 goes, or JS getting here as a newbie?
Wow. Katie getting here twice. Yeah. She came in with a bigger target.
Whatever.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna start. Let's just get right into things. Eggrel, I'm starting with you. So right now, everything you've been saying has not changed my vote. You have a lot of things. You could honestly, if you came in here and really were fighting for the big moves you made, you could honestly have a really good case to win this game right now. Like Michaela wouldn't have gone home without you, like telling me to vote Michaela, Tony, me. We were all great moves, but all you're doing is just talking a lot of words, but nothing you're saying is really like convincing anyone. It's just kind of like a bore and repetitive. Everything you're saying right now is not convincing me of anything. Katie, so we were really close, like, you know that, like, it hurt. Coming in, you keep saying how you think you were the biggest threat coming into this game. I disagree. I think I was. I think that I voted Morgan out, Mike out, was the reason Eric went home. Eric told, like, all the Sababa newbies to get me out. Eric told all the Majesta newbies to get me out. and everyone knew I found 3 idols last season. Like, I think I got accused of having, like, never giving just the legacy advantage back, like, all this stuff. So it's just like, I think that I was always a shield for you going forward. I think people would always want me out over you, and I think that's part of it. I do think your social game is great, and because of that, yeah, like, you have played a great game. I am second in average placement for a returner and second in days played in Survivor Maryland by 1 day because of you. So because of that, if I had $1 for everything I was second in for Survivor, I'd be pretty rich right now. So honestly, it's a great thing that you're here right now, and I'm very proud of you for making it this far, because you have done a great thing and you are here right now. But I have a question for you, but I don't want you to take like long. Like I just want to straight to the point. Do you have any regrets in your game?
Regrets, I would say probably maybe not acting out so hard the way I did. I mean, I'm glad that I showed my emotion, because I think in season 4 I obviously didn't show it till final 5 and 6, and that's why all the jurors felt like they were choosing the best of the shittiest people at the end. But I think this time I was more vocal about my gameplay. But I do wish, going back, like looking back at it, that I wasn't so aggressive to people to kind of like burn bridges. Like, I know that made you guys question who I was, and I think that might have maybe changed like maybe our potential to be close and me having more of even better social games.
JS, I think we were in a very similar situation, honestly, and working with you was great. And like, you knew so much about this game. You called that Katie had the idol when I didn't believe you every time. You know that. I like denied you, and I was like, no way. Like, she wouldn't have sat with like an hour at midnight digging this trench in Tawz with me if she actually found it. And like, coming into Final Tribal last season, a lot of people were looking for reasons to not vote for me. People didn't like the means that I got to the Final Tribal, and I think you're in a similar situation. You're just a lot more vocal, and I was a lot more like emotional. So I think that it's like coming in and seeing this, like I got asked like 2 questions about my game total, and no one else saw it. But at least right now, since you are vocal, I feel like a lot of people are seeing your game. I'm proud of you for winning those last 3 challenges, and I do think that you have played the best game. So
thank you.
Congratulations, y'all, to making it to the end. Honestly, like, I'm happy with this final 3, even though I'm not there. Heartbreak here. Because all 3 of you in my book played the game, and like, honestly, I'm glad that you all put in effort. So at least no matter who wins today, even if you don't have my vote, I feel like you do deserve it. Who wants to start? I have questions for all of you. You want to start? Okay, JS. So during this game, you blamed others for team losses. You picked fights with nearly every player here, not just on the jury, but in general. You showed unsportsmanlike conduct after both your wins and your losses, and you even called a girl a bitch on her birthday. We've seen what you're like in the game of Survivor, but what are you like outside of this game, besides this persona?
I'm a really good friend to those who I'm friends with, and I'm really generous to them. And I would say that strong friendships and, just having like long conversations with people and like really getting to know them and helping them out is like really who I am outside this game. And I found that inside this game I had really good friendships in this game with Tony and with Sam and with Doug and with you.
This persona you've created, and even though it might have been just for the camera, but it was built upon putting other people down as opposed to like bringing people together, and which is what in my eyes Survivor's all about. Like 20 people or 19 other people I never would have met before, I was able to meet through this game, and your whole persona was built on putting other people down, and the way you treated people was despicable, honestly. And I don't know if I can morally vote for you because of the way you treated other people, and you kind of disrespected the purpose of this game. Jury, the person we choose to be the winner of Survivor is going to represent us all in all future Survivor seasons. Is this the character? Because this character is all the viewers of Maryland Survivor are going to see. Is this character someone you want representing you? Because honestly, if this persona is representing me, I would just want to die. Katie, why should you or Eggroll win as opposed to JS?
I think that you guys expect us to all have played like as if we all came in as just one, just one type of person, and that we were supposed to play hard, make big moves, manipulate like JS did. But the thing is, you have to understand that we all came as different people, and being a returner and for me being a winner, it was different. I couldn't do the same things he did. If I had the chance, maybe I would have, but being a winner, I couldn't come in and make big moves and try to manipulate people because that would have put me on the chopping block right away. And so I think that I hope that you guys don't discount my gameplay, because I feel like as though these people sitting next to me have been trying to work to fight their way out of a chopping block situation for maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks. I've done it throughout the entire game, and I don't think that you guys are giving me enough credit for how I've escaped every single vote. Not just 1 week or the past 3 challenges that JS won. I commend you for that, and I think that's amazing you won, JS. I think that's honestly it's really hard, right? You do have to be amazing. I don't know that you really did throw challenges, but I think it's an amazing accomplishment. But I think that I still played a better game because every single vote I've managed to get out of, even without winning challenges.
Thanks for your answer, Katie. I appreciate it. I'll take it into consideration. Now moving on to you, Eggroll. So on day 1, you told me you're socially awkward, don't know how to express your accomplishments. I think we're seeing this here tonight. And because you've had, what in my eyes, a little hard time elaborating yourself, I'm gonna lay out to you, in my book, Eggroll's case for this game. We've talked about his moves, talking to their tribe, we talked about his moves, playing the mutiny, but I think we really need to focus on the part of the social aspect of this game, which is forming relationships. Tony fully trusted Eggroll as well. Tony didn't believe he was going home that night because of his trust in Eggroll, and Sam too mentioned having these close alliances with him. And I feel like one of Eggroll's greatest assets is that he's able to make people feel so close that even when they do blindside them, they don't see it coming. Then we move into the final stage of the game, which, would you say this is when the power really turned to your hand?
I would. This is kind of strange, but thank you. Actually, you're much more well-spoken than I am.
But Morgan said that you orchestrated all of the votes from Tony, Doug, Sam, and even Michaela by the way you talked and reached out to Doug. I don't know why you haven't taken credit for these earlier, honestly, but if you were able to orchestrate so many blindsides, there's something to be said about that. JS has repeatedly said that whoever blindsides him deserves his respect. And because JS was on the minority for the past several votes, JS has been blindsided. If JS really, a guy so full of himself, has some element of respect for Eggroll or another player of this game, shouldn't that person be the real winner? One of the reasons why I fell in love with this game is not only because of the strategic gameplay or the testament of human endurance, but of the way Survivor is able to bring people together of different backgrounds and just allow people to get to know each other, as well as for individuals to truly find themselves. But Survivor is more than just about the strategy. It's about forming relationships and friendships that ultimately last not only in this game, but outside this game too. In conclusion, congrats again, guys. Nice job.
Finalists, you will now have one last closing statement. Since we started with Katie, I'm going to start with JS this time.
From the start of this game, I knew what my strategy was. It was to get into a majority alliance, get to the merge, and send my alliance home so I would have friends in the jury so they would vote for me. That was my strategy from day 1. I feel that I survived so much. I got more votes than these two, and I felt like I was a bigger target than more of these people. You know, when Fish and Michaela ran to Eppley, they pointed at me, they didn't point at these two. These two people would not be here today if it wasn't for the big move that I made sending home Miranda and then Jack. I was purposely throwing challenges. I 100% was. I purposely was mean to some of the jury members, and I'm sorry if you're hurt about that. I'm sorry if you think that's nasty, but it did help me get here, and I do regret being nasty to Eggroll. I think that went too far. If you're looking for someone who made strong relationships, that's definitely me. Many of you on this jury I had a strong relationship with at some point in this game. If you're looking for someone who made alliances and then ended them when it benefited himself, that's me. If you're looking for someone who made big moves, that is me. If you're looking for someone who won the most competitions this season, that is also me. I hope tonight there is not a bitter jury, but you vote for the person who played the best game, even if it was villainous, even if they lied, even if they, did manipulative things, even if they were, somewhat an asshole. I am a good person, and voting for me to win doesn't mean you're saying, oh, the assholes can win the game, okay?
Maybe I should have spent this time better. It's probably yet another one of my many mistakes in the game. I could have spent my time saying that I had a helping hand in voting many of you guys out. But the last thing I want to impart on you guys is that you guys are choosing someone to represent yourself and represent everyone who's going to play the game and has played the game. So I just hope you guys make the right decision tonight to vote someone who won't leave a black mark on Survivor Maryland.
I do want to point out the fact that the season is called Winner Take All, and I'm the only winner in this game that's still here and it played the season in general. And also, I think honestly, you guys are just bitter. You guys are really bitter, and I honestly just don't understand why. I thought I had a good chance coming into Final Tribal because I feel like I honestly did play the best game, and I escaped through Final 5, Final 6, Final 4, every single vote when it was so easy for you guys to band together and vote me out. Like, it is so easy to do that, and I think that all goes back to how well I played and deciding to talk to every single one of you guys and make you feel comfortable with me moving forward in this game. This is going to be an iconic season. I think this is a great Final Tribal. I think you guys are an amazing jury that actually cares about this game. I think that it would just be a disgrace to see an ending that, you know, maybe people might not be happy with. Maybe yourselves might not even be happy with.
It is, for the last time this season, time to vote.
Thank God.
Okay, gonna make this quick because it's like 4 a.m. right now. I love Survivor, and I don't want JS representing Survivor.
JS, there was no fucking way in hell I was gonna vote for you. You got my vote.
Oh.
Come on. I hope you win though. I think all of you played really, really well, and I think all of you have really good aspects that deserve, you know, the win tonight. But this is also someone that I came into tonight thinking that I wasn't gonna vote for, so you did your job tonight at Final Tribal Council, and hopefully there's a win in your book.
I'm gonna vote for JS because you played a great game, buddy. You won 3 challenges when you were supposed to go home. I tried to blindside you, but the returners wouldn't want to play with me, so I'm voting for you just because I think you played a great game. You're a newbie. Fuck Katie on. I don't know if we can still be friends after this. I just know she should not win this game for how she played. She got dragged. Bye.
Proud that I got to work with you, even if it might have been my downfall.
Okay, wow, last time here. I'm really torn actually between Katie and Eric. So I'm just gonna stick with Katie. Cause that's my girl.
Okay, best of luck to both of you guys. You wanna hold hands with me? Oh, baby.
It's not the best thing in the world.
I know. Aw. See, we came a long way!
All right, in here we have the winner for Survivor Maryland, winner take all. Our first vote, Eric. Second vote, Katie. 1 vote Katie, 1 vote Eric. Third vote, JS. That is 1 vote Eric, 1 vote Katie, 1 vote JS. 7 votes left. Fourth vote, JS.
No dot.
Fifth vote,
I mean, thank you.
Eric. That is 2 votes JS, 2 votes Eric, 1 vote Katie, 5 votes left. Sixth vote, Eric. Seventh vote, JS. That is 3 votes JS, 3 votes Eric, 1 vote Katie, 3 votes left. Eighth vote, JS. That is 1 vote Katie, 3 votes Eric, 4 votes JS, 2 votes left. The winner of Survivor Maryland, winner take all, JS.
Wow.
So congratulations JS, you are the winner and you did take all.
Wow, thank you guys. Sorry for being an asshole. Hi, my name is JS. If you forget that S, I will yell and scream at you.
No alliance! No alliance!
I am gonna be a fun, personable guy because
that's gonna take me far in the game. Later in the game, I'm gonna be more of an asshole and not so nice.
That's five. When you get your torch, snuff. You shouldn't have turned on me.
It's really fun to lie and manipulate and to backstab people, but it's probably smarter to lay down and die a little bit. Cut out some of my antics a little bit. That's so boring, and I'm probably not gonna do that.
Ideally, I would love the game to become newbies versus returnees.
Yeah, and then, I'm pretty sure this is the third time JS proposed to be in an alliance with me. By the end of it, I was like, I wanted to work with JS.
I think we're the two best players in the game. I think we have to work together.
I'm trying to work with them. I don't want to work with any of these fucking bitches. Tonight, I'm fucking calling them out. I'm not working with those fuckers anymore. So, if I don't feel in control, I need to make a move. I need to switch sides.
He's such a good
He's
talker.
a good talker.
He's a really good talker.
He is.
So I really believe that I was the one who was always causing the game to change, and I was changing the game for me. I made extremely strong relationships with McQuad, very strong relationships with Tony. No other newbie in this game made quite the relationship like I did with Doug. I definitely played this game well. I got to the Final 3, and no one can say I didn't deserve getting to the Final 3.
That's it. That's a wrap.
That's the season wrap. All right.